Prime one, that's him. Scott, thought you thought, but I wasn't born yesterday. All I do is ball. You goofies underestimate. Heavyweight bag, step on your weight class. I done moved across states, blood I can't cap. Strap with it on my pivot, clocking digits. Rock hard and I ain't even in the kitchen. I'm on a mission to move soft, make a thing flip like a moonsault. Keep a switch for everybody through salt. Face froze, somebody check dude's pulse. Is you stepping or stepped on? Wake the game up, make them regret I was slept on. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the great poop on. I'm getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true Bogart, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah, it just hit different. You find my story is all non-fiction. I put my family for me and I gotta mention. I keep an air fan, tone mob a henchman. For you squares, option for opposition. And you ops that get popped trying to stop my ascension. Talking generational, you got my attention. Underworld motivational, you feel the sensation. Try and see how I look, get booked, I'll take it. I was just a crook, all it took was some patience. Now my phone out the hook, I got hella deals waiting. You ain't really made it unless you got somebody hating. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the gray poop on. Getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true Bogart, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah.
And welcome. Oh, so I just realized I'm still row your boat. Oh, I'm still fantasy row your boat. Anyways, I am fantasy row your boat Bogey, back in the building with my esteemed colleagues, the playmakers themselves, and welcome to another edition of a Wake
Yo game. Top of the morning to everybody, man. 100%, man.
Top
Cheers
of the morning, sellers. Top of the morning to the whole chat.
There it is. Go ahead, man.
What's going on? Tell us how y'all doing this morning, man.
Shit, man, you know, just a fantasy rowing that boat down the stream still. A little, you know. I managed to not look at a bunch of my teams last night. I just knocked out, and I woke up this morning. Now I'm hot.
Very good.
I spent the majority of the morning convincing myself that 3 and 6 in some of these big money leagues is not so bad.
Hey, Bogey.
Okay.
What's up? Then I go and look at all my 7 and 1s and my 8 or my 7 and 2s and 8 and 1s, and I just feel better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kid has got some nice teams though. Undefeated, that's a nice one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? I think we're gonna just take them right to the streets.
Get it, bro.
Let's go.
Good morning. Happy week 10, and happy election day. And don't forget to vote.
Look at that. He cares about America. He's doing his civic duty, isn't he?
Democracy.
Yeah. Well,
I put the mockery in democracy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lee. What you got for us?
Well, we know about Dennis Allen getting fired with his 18-25 sorry ass record. Pause.
Fun fact. Dennis Allen, the first head coach to get fired twice with the same starting QB on 2 different teams.
And Darren Rizzi is going to be the interim head coach.
He's a special teams guy.
Yeah. And also, the Raiders announced firings of quarterbacks coach Rich. What's his name? The offensive line coach, the offensive coordinator Luke Getsy got his ass fired. Pause.
Yep. I mean, Luke Getsy. You know, it's funny because he sounds like he hasn't. He sounds like he would say his name like Bond. You know, hi, I'm Getsy, Lou Getsy. You know what I mean? But yeah, he wasn't handling. I mean, he made his hay with Justin Fields the past 2 years, and then he was the QB coach for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. So he was from like the Matt LaFleur lineage, and he definitely parlayed into that to 2 offensive coordinator jobs. But he's just not it. You know what I mean? He's one of those disciples that just, you know, the not so fancy ripoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Well.
Trades.
That's what happens when you don't win.
That's and it looks like Scott Turner is the candidate to take over the play calling duties.
There you go. And shout out to Antonio Pierce, man. I feel like he's gonna be the next one out there, like, because this is how it goes. You let all the heads roll that aren't you if you're the head coach, and then you're next. You know what I mean? And this goes to show this is why a lot of teams don't hire their interim head coach as the actual head coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a cool story last year. He turned them around, but you know, just and defensively, they, you know, we thought they would be better, but you know, it's the same old Raiders. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Puka Nacua said he let his emotions get the best of him on that play that led to his ejection.
You know, he's best friends with Dana White's son.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You know, he was trying to make old Uncle Dana White proud. You know what I mean? He's like,
he's trying to prepare for his career after football.
You feel me?
UFC after football, bro.
He might have even just been trying to prepare for like one of his, like a celebrity boxing match with like Logan Paul or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Lamar
gets Mike Tyson. Everybody gonna want to fight Logan.
Lamar Jackson set a record by having his 4th perfect passing rating of the season.
You know what's crazy? Baltimore looks like an unstoppable team when they're going like how they were going against the Broncos, right? But then there's some games like against the
Raiders.
The Raiders, where it's like, who the fuck is this team? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. And I've said this for the last few weeks. I think Lamar's he's going to be a back-to-back MVP, but they're not going to make a solid run in the playoffs, man. They're just their defense, man.
Shane Steichen came out and said Joe Flacco remains the starting quarterback.
They're playing the Bills this week, so they need to put their best foot forward.
Do you want me to get to the sorry news of the injuries?
Nah, we can go. Before you get to the injuries, you know, just let us know so we can cue up the sad violin.
Yes, I'll get to the sad violin news.
Oh, there it is.
Let's bring out the violins.
Cue the violins.
Cue the violins, please.
Searching for him right now.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate you. You're over there manufacturing a woo-wop, huh?
No, I am.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we got to put it together and then throw it in the air like the weather.
Come on now.
Come on.
Well, yeah. Well, was Drake.
Come on out with it.
Pointer.
Drake London got a hit pointer. Okay.
Yeah, he should have a week 10 return. Now, Chris Olave got El Concusto again, and we're looking at a week 13 return.
Damn.
CeeDee Lamb, he's got a bum date, an AC joint sprain. We're looking at a 3-week absence.
They say I've read conflicting reports.
Yeah, I've read I've seen
play this week is what they're saying.
I've seen him play this week, and I've also seen maybe not. So who knows? Now Dak Prescott was put on the IR, so
Yes.
he's out for the next 4 games.
Yeah, he got put on the IR with the damn string.
Yep. He's out.
I hate damn string injuries. That's what we're
Caleb
calling
Williams
them now.
is dealing with a jammed ankle, but should be able to return for Week 10. AJ Brown is dealing with a knee injury, and they're looking at a few week absence.
Nah, man, that's wrong.
Few
I've
days.
seen I've seen conflicting also. I've seen he can play this week too.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. 'Cause
We're going
that
with
one's
that
the more
one.
likely one.
Now, Keon Coleman has a wrist/forearm injury, and his timeline is to be determined.
Yeah, they're gonna give him an MRI today.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
Yeah, and Cooper's banged up over there, so this is a juicy matchup against the Colts. We need them motherfuckers, or if not,
Now-
Khalil Shakir finally.
the tight end Eric All Jr. from Cincinnati is done for the year. He tore his ACL.
Yeah.
That's all,
Bears-
folks.
Bears right tackle Darnell Wright suffered MCL sprain. Now the Titans lost 2 players for the season. Lloyd Cushenberry to an ACL injury and Quanton Diggs to a wrist
Quandre.
fracture injury.
I like that though, Quanton.
And the Cushionberry, that's like a weed strain. Cushionberry.
Yeah.
That is a weed strain. We gonna name that right now. And strain.
Let me go ahead
Now,
and get
with
an eighth of that
the
cushion,
trade-
baby.
And with today being the trade deadline, we have 3 confirmed trades already that have been done. We have the Broncos traded for Baron Browning to the Cardinals in exchange for a 6th-round pick. The Browns traded Zadarius Smith to the Lions. And the Bears are sending Khalil Herbert to the Bengals. That's all that's reported so far, but there's so much that's going to be happening in the next couple of hours and the rest of the day, I guess.
I do like the Browning trade because they lost Garnett and whoever else they had at edge. So good for the Cardinals. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily going to help them, but they're technically still in it.
The Cardinals are in first place, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Technically, they're still in it.
They're first place, you know.
And then, yeah, technically. And then you have you have the Mingo trade. That kind of concerns me more so about CeeDee Lamb. Like, okay, we are, we're probably going to be without CD. So they go and trade for Mingo, who actually got some skill there. He was just with Bryce Young.
They lost nothing. They moved back in a draft, more or less.
To get Mingo.
Because they got Mingo and like a 7th, and then they're giving a 5th or something like that.
Look at Jerry Jones go.
Yeah.
And then there's the Khalil Herbert one. This one's a little bit of a head scratcher to me, but it definitely, because it's like, okay, what is, I would have figured that there would have been some kind of quote unquote competitor that would try to get a running back that, you know what I mean? But Zach Moss did go on the IR this past couple days. So I guess bringing in the Khalil Herbert, but I don't think that hurts our Chase Brown. I think that's more, he might get the 8 to 10 touches that Zach Moss was getting while they made the switch to a Chase Brown being their workhorse.
Pretty much.
Let's run through the chat real fast, y'all. We got Tino in the building.
Team leader.
Peacock in the building. We got King D in the building.
LBC, stand up.
Stand the fuck up, man. We in this bitch.
Man, shout out to everybody. Top of the morning to you good brothers. You know what I mean? And that was our news straight from our ear to the streets.
And if I have anything, I will break in and let y'all know.
There you go.
And good
The fella.
Yeah, man, our ear to the streets, Lee. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. All right.
Tino got another sneaky. Tino said Golf is making a sneaky MVP run.
Yeah, he is. You know what's crazy is I don't think I've ever heard anyone say Golf and MVP in the same sentence. I mean, I think that was the first.
First time for everything.
I think so. Mhm. I mean, he's been dealing. You know what I mean?
It's gonna take
playing the
probably
Texans.
Lamar Jackson injury or just him having like a stretch of 5 weeks of just trash play. But at this moment, I think he's running away with it.
Talking about Lamar?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, especially, I mean, you get them, to win the division and then make a run at it in the playoffs, a deep run that'll fail ultimately, I believe, and then he'll be mad as fuck again on that honors night. He's always mad when he accepts that MVP because he's like, man, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
This ain't
trying
what
to
I
get to the
want.
chipper.
100%. I need that ring. Trying to get merged in time.
It's the Hall of Fame ring, right? Those motherfuckers love that when you're one of them players that just never got a ring. You know what I mean? You get in the Hall of Fame, you're like, yeah, look at this. You know what I mean?
Charles Barkley.
You know, Charles Barkley for real. Huh?
Oh my mama.
There might be an argument that he's already eligible. Like he's kind of like eligible to be like a first round ballot Hall of Famer right now. With the he's the best rushing quarterback of all time. He might not have the official stat yet, but by the end of this contract, he's going to crush all the quarterback rushing.
He's been an All-Pro. He's been an All-Pro every year except for his rookie
2-time
year.
MVP.
Yep, 2-time, about to be 3.
Unanimous at one of those.
Yeah, I mean this guy is a legit Hall of Famer, probably the best rushing quarterback the game's ever seen. He really is a special player.
Yeah, like how people go, oh, there's the Mike Vick, right? Then there was the Newton.
Top of the morning, Emil.
Top of the morning, Emil. Canada, stand up. But yeah, Lamar Jackson is the one that they'll compare future players to, right? They're like, oh, he reminds me of Lamar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin Fields, they were trying to compare him to Lamar. Like he was like a Lamar that can't throw. You know what I mean? But also, too, it's like it's not that they rely on Lamar's legs like that. His legs are a weapon. You know what I mean? Like Justin Fields, you have to rely on his legs. Early Josh Allen, they relied on his legs. You know what I mean? Early Kyler Murray, you know what I'm saying? They definitely relied on his legs. You know what I mean? Until they got themselves a decent run game, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lamar has a different running style. He's like a really good running back out there. Like when he gets in open space, it's gonna be tough to bring him down because he's got the juice, he got the truck stick, and he's got the breakaway where DB might not even be able to keep pace with the fucking Lamar Jackson at full speed.
I call him the Predator because he got the dreads coming out the thing, and then
he's been rocking the fro this year.
No, but I'm just saying my earlier nickname was the Predator because it was like you hit that invisibility cloak. You know what I mean? Just and it's just you don't know where it's crazy how elusive he is. His elusive rate, if anyone's into that type of shit, it's always at the top of the league. At the QB position, he's if he can just get it, put it together like the weather. You know what I mean?
I think Derrick Henry is going to be a nice playoff addition. They're going to be able to run the ball with power and goal line carry is going to be this is something that this team has never had. A really, really solid RB1. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, they were good pieces, and they were always
Mark Ingram. They're all,
if they were healthy, they were nice pieces, but nothing like Derrick Henry. I think the Ravens have it.
He has the king in his name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also,
the defense is weird. That's the weirdest thing is like Baltimore's always had like bad defense, and this is disgusting, gross. Like bad as in good.
Bad as in.
This is gross and disgusting. This year, it's a mess out there. Letting teams run up like 4 or 5 touchdown averages on you. It's like
when they let Bo Nix run the Philly special on them, there was like enough. Because after that play, they pretty much shut them down.
Yeah.
They woke up after he got mossed.
Yeah, he's like, what
Like
the
a
fuck
lost
are they doing? These tricking it. You know, John Harbaugh was across that field looking at Sean Payton, like shaking his head. Sean Payton's like, yeah, I told you I got something for you. That was it, though.
Emil said, what does the Khalil Herbert trade mean for fantasy?
Handcuff, 8 to 10 touches, like the Zach Moss role prior to that. And here's one thing that I love for our Chase Browns is that not only could Zach Moss not pass pro like that, neither can Khalil Herbert. So I don't think this really damages our Chase Brown shares because Chase Brown, you know, he was one of our early candidates for being a league winner because we knew we had to wait out the Zach Moss bullshit. You know what I mean? So I refuse to believe Khalil Herbert goes in there and wrecks shop for our Chase Browns.
It's a very similar situation. Other than he's no longer the third man in the pecking order, he's the second man due to injury. But Chase Brown, what do you have? 27 carries and 5 targets. Man, I don't think they're planning on giving him a breather too often. So that's kind of what Khalil Herbert will be. He'll be a breather back, and I don't think he's gonna obtain a full drive. You know, it's not a split backfield, that's for sure. So I don't know. I don't value him like Bogey said. It's gonna be a handcuff, but keep in mind, like, is that really a guy that you want to have a handcuffed right now? Like, there's probably a lot better handcuffs out there.
Yeah. Like I would say, like Benson,
Jalen Wright right now. I guess there's some news that Mostert's going to be injured again, and Jalen Wright is earning some reps.
He didn't get any touches at all after he fumbled last week. He got
with the fumble.
Yeah, and then they went straight to it was all Achane, and then they sprinkled in Wright.
And that's the thing with Achane. Achane had a 69% snap share. That's the first time that he's completely controlled it like that. Usually it'd be 50s and low 60s. That motherfucker had a 69 fucking snap share, bro. That means
hey, he's a 69 god.
Hey.
Running for your life.
He should have one of those fragile stickers on his helmet, though. You know what I mean? Like, this is that's
like Tua.
Dangerous. Yeah, both of them got the fragile sticker on their helmet.
Tua. Hey, I'm telling you, that's part of their plan over there in Miami too. That they got the fragile sticker on his head, and he runs and dives head first. They all get out the way because no one wants to be a murderer.
Yeah, he had 69% last week. That's crazy. He takes that motherfucker
insane.
over. Top of the morning, Cap for Life. Cap for Life said, I was in 13th, now I'm in 5th. I got Jacobs on the bye. Do I package him with Tank Dell for Nico or Jettis, perhaps? Is that fair compensation? Then he also says, should he pick up Denard Robinson? D-Rob.
If you can get Jettis, for sure. Nico, we got to wait until we get some practice reports because.
But this might be the time to buy too, because we do have the inside scoop that he should be on the path to coming back this week against the Lions in a big one. You know what I mean? Pause.
Yeah.
Sunday nighter. Big Nico the Freako, we need him. They allow opposing number ones to eat like that. I think they're averaging like 16, 17 points in a regular 1 point PPR to opposing wide receiver number ones. We like that a lot. So and if the Nico or the Freako doesn't come back this week, then Tank is definitely in play here. And I would try to sell high on Tank if that's the case. If I can net me, even if I got to obviously got to package it up, but if I can net me Collins or Jefferson, I don't know if anyone's coming off of Jefferson, but yeah, definitely shoot for the moon.
And he's talking about picking up DeMarcus Robinson. That would definitely be a nice little claim for you. I would do it.
How come DeMarcus Robinson can't do those things when everyone's hurt? They're like, this is his bag. He's like, yes, I'm the killer number 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get all the attention elsewhere, and I'm scoring tugs
at a high clip.
You ain't lying.
This is that back-to-back games.
Yep, and he had 3 in the past 2. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That shit is crazy.
That game winner. I mean, he's a Super Bowl champion.
And the Rams, they're not going to slow down on the scoring. I think they're gonna keep scoring and giving DeMarcus Robinson an opportunity to make a play or two. That's a nice pickup. I like that one.
I threw a dart though at his ass, and Had to play him last week and the week before last. This week I didn't get to win, but last week I got to win where I played him at on my mound.
Oh shit, we don't even call him. He's not one of the Rob the Mobs, even though he's a Robinson, huh?
Oh well, in my spreadsheet, I just put him as D-Rob.
Yeah, okay, there you go. D Rob the Mob.
Right, there it is. There.
There it is.
If I can type, make my typing a shorter some way, I'm gonna find
It was
a way.
right there in front of us. D
Oh,
Rob the
no.
Mob. Look at him. He's robbing the mob for sure.
Cap says, "How I have Tober. What's your thoughts on that, especially with the CD news?"
I'm staying away from all the Cowboys
plays
except
the
for
team.
Rico.
I'm gonna go with that. It's probably old Ferguson. That's gonna be Ferguson might be it might be a little Cade Otton-esque. You feel me? Like, okay, now the tight end's the number one soaking up of the targets. You feel me? I kind of feel that way, like how we didn't have no Mike Evans or Godwin, and then Otton's the guy. I think Ferguson is going to be like, somewhere along that lines as far as target market share. We might get a 30% target market share to a goddamn Ferguson. And as far as Tolbert goes, he's going to play that Tolbert role, the kind of makeshift slot guy who's the number 2 look as far as the receivers go. And sneakily, Jalen Brooks, you know what I mean, might be the he's going to play the de facto CeeDee Lamb replacement. Is that any good? Probably not. But he definitely has a rapport with Cooper Rush, I'm assuming, because they come from the team 2s together. Also, one thing about Cooper Rush, what was it? I was looking at it. 5 starts in 2022. He averaged about 26 pass attempts a game. CeeDee Lamb was getting his 9 to 12 targets a game, so pretty much half the pass attempts were going to his number 1 target. Also, he had a 58% completion rating in those 5 games. Not that great. What is league average? Usually about 64. So he was a little bit under league average.
I might be mistaken, but I think he had a couple starts last year and they were horrendous. It got to the point where they cut his ass, I think.
It wasn't last year. It wasn't last year. It was
in 2022. He went 5-1.
Yep, there it is. I think he went 4-1.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
On everything. Parico, top of the morning.
Hey, Parico.
Carl said it's funny all of Lee's news is already reported on Get Up. Hey, we just a little late. Hey, we supposed to be
super late
every day.
And for the record, I can vouch for Lee. He usually sends his script the night before. Then he sends it like 12 more times.
Yeah, he don't be playing. He be on his shit.
Yeah, he'll send the same thing like a dozen times with one more extra piece. And I say, you can just add the extra piece. You don't have to send the whole.
Hey,
but I actually did
ready for tomorrow today. 100%. All the news for tomorrow's show and the next that motherfucker gonna have it already ready before the day before.
Yeah. And for the record, Get Up actually fired Lee about 2 years ago. So Get Up, we got him now.
Every day. Real talk. Parico said got offered BTJR and I trade Pollard. I have Henry, Chase, Pollard, Rico, and Brooks, and my wide receivers are Neighbors, Evans, and Waddle. So he got offered BTJR, and I think he has to put Pollard in the mix.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta upgrade your receivers.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
They already talking about they giving Tony Pasta way too much work. So just move Tony Pasta and package it up. Let's go ahead and get BTJR.
We got Jason Goldman in the building. Top of the morning, Jay. He said
he got gold in his name. What's Hannon?
Come on now. Kenneth Walker or Devon A-Chain for the rest of the season.
A-Chan's the higher upside, and then your traditional floor workload running back is definitely Ken Walker, and he does get targets there. So, but yeah, I'm reluctantly I gotta go A-Chan the rest of the way just because he got Tua, and if we're getting the 69% of that backfield, you just kind of play him and hope he doesn't die because he's a little fucker. That's the only thing we worry about A-Chan.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is with him.
That's really all we worry about him.
He's definitely
he can have a defender fall on him and then obliterate him.
And and you can't hold the injury bug against Achane in this
without holding it against
station
Ken Walker
because
either, though.
Walker's been hurt for a good stint too this season. So yeah, I guess I would go with the upside. Man, I would like to
Oh
have
no,
both
he
of them.
has
though.
Walker in his name.
So he got a walker. He walks with a walker.
Yeah, but he's not on the field. He just...
Fucking A.
My bad, kid. Go ahead.
Oh no, I would just see if I can have them both. You know.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to decide who to sell on. He might be. You know what I mean? Like, hey, who y'all like the rest of the way? Because I'm about to flip and dip on one of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And if that was the case too, I'm flipping the Walker because he's on the bye week. You know, because the Dolphins already had their bye week. You can just throw him in there the rest of the way. Maybe even try to go swoop up on the Jalen Wright and just secure that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right here.
We're gonna get to the waivers here in a few, but that's kind of spoiler alert when it comes to running backs this week. Is just kind of like securing some of these high end handcuffs that could actually be useful in the stretch run if the starter in front of him goes down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a handful of them out there still.
Mm-hmm. A handful of handcuffs.
Handful of handcuffs. Samson.
Samson. That's why I fuck with you, kiddo. I swear to God.
And then Miami's last 3 games is Houston versus SF and at Cleveland. And then we got where's Seattle at?
And if JOK and Jordan Hicks
Minnesota and Chicago. So Seattle has a little bit friendlier playoff matchup for the running backs than what Miami does.
And they're gonna have to run the ball. Like that's they're still in that playoff conversation. So you want to wear down the defense. You want to run the ball early, run the ball often, and then allow those receivers to take advantage of a tired secondary and a tired. I don't expect DK out much longer, right?
Yeah, we're expecting him to come back after this bye week that they got the week 10.
Yeah, Seattle is going to be nasty once they get DK back and they got JSN at full strength and Tyler Lockett.
They figured out throw the ball to JSN more than like 8 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a good route runner. That was his.
Bro.
That was his.
He had 70 yards, an additional 70 yards that were called back because of flags. Like he had like almost 300 air yards this past game. That's insane, bro.
That is insane.
It
was like 270 or something like that. But mind you, 70. How many was recognized of those air yards? What did JSN do this past week?
180 yards.
180. He almost had. And he had an additional 70 that were called back on flags.
25.7 per catch.
As opposed to his 6 yards or 8 yards a catch prior to that.
Big bro Tino said the 22 Dallas defense carried Cooper Rush. Maybe they turn Mingo into a DB, then he'll like the trade.
We're like, okay, Mingo, you just do receiver in reverse.
Facts.
You see that?
We got Benjamin in the building. Top of the morning, Benjamin. He said, I need a late tight end. I need a tight end to replace Brock Bowers this week. Would you recommend Goddard, Taysom Hill? I can drop Ladd, Jacoby Myers, or don't drop none of them. This must be a 10. Is this a 10-team league, bro? Because you don't want to drop none of them.
I'm okay dropping Jacoby Myers. My baloney has the first name, especially if it's going to be the Ritter.
Man, Jacoby killed last week. This back-to-back weeks, too, that Jacoby popped up.
Is it John Ritter, son? Desmond?
Who's playing Sunday night, Monday night? Maybe you don't even need a tight end. Fuck it. Who's playing Sunday night, Monday night?
We got Schultz Laporta Sunday night. And then on Monday, who is playing this Monday? Let's see.
Miami and Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. So
you can fire up maybe
Jonnu and Colby,
the Jonnu Smith, and Kobe Parkinson.
Oh shit! Hey, listen, man, it's gonna sound crazy.
Keep your guys, and then maybe drop one of them on Monday night
for me
if you need them.
I would try to get Taysom Hill. He had like 4 or 5 targets last week. He had 2 rushing touchdowns the last time they played Atlanta. Shout out to our man Spencer Guru. He always he always points out that motherfucker Taysom always kills Atlanta for some reason. So kind of like that.
Yeah, that's some insider information right there. I wouldn't have been on the Taysom or anybody on the Saints squad.
They're
Not
all banged up right now too. It's actually, and in as much as anyone wanted to make it Juwanna Man Johnson, and then it was actually more Foster Moreau, if that. And then now
he got one catch, and it was a touchdown.
It was a touchdown, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say that because Juwanna Man Johnson's the guy who plays most of the snaps and runs the routes. It ain't him though. He ain't handling. Now there's no Chris Olave. It looks like, obviously. Even Cedric, hey, Mr. Wilson, he's banked up. You know what I mean? Don't know if he's gonna play. So I kind of do like the Taysom play a lot here.
By default.
Is it worth
Dropping.
dropping one of those guys for? Like banking, or do we think we're gonna get 2 touchdowns and a couple, big plays or whatever? So my argument, I treat the tight end like a kicker. So this is my argument. It's like the tight end is like a kicker right now because they're all trash except for like a handful of them. And if you go into Monday night leading, then you don't need to drop any of these guys. But if you're losing and you're within you're competing for the win, then you can go ahead and drop.
That's something that like Jonnu's just floating around there.
Yeah, Jonnu Smith. And then also the Rams are scoring points and Miami's allowing points, so that might be a high scoring affair.
Yeah, and here's
the
another
tight ends might give you like a touchdown on both sides.
Tight ends eat like crazy on the Rams. I think it was JD last Sunday. He pointed out they're like the 3rd worst or something like that. So we definitely like the idea of Jonnu, but man.
Because this is a 1 week play. We're not replacing.
Yeah, now go with Taysom. If it's a 1 week play, give me Taysom.
And Jonnu is 62% owned in sleeper. I'm trying to find the numbers on Yahoo right now, so Jonnu might not be out there for him 100%.
Yeah, and I'm going Taysom. Like, and if I gotta drop somebody, I'm assuming this is a 10-team league. I'll drop Myers. I'll drop any one of them motherfuckers just because I don't want to lose.
Put him on in Bakes.
What's up, Bakes?
Yeah, that's how I feel because Mooney, Myers, and the Lod. I'm not comfortable dropping them right now. And then you might even
be Myers. It would be Myers.
Might even be able to package one of them or 2 of them and move up somewhere or trade up to a higher position at a different position if that makes sense.
You know what? If I was to, I'll just try to move fucking Jacoby, right? Somebody might have a second tight end there somewhere. You know what I mean?
Jacoby. Would you trade for Otton and give up the best receiver in that?
I would trade away Myers,
McConkey,
and I would trade away Myers and Bowers if I could to bring back an Otton. I would see if I could do that.
Oh, there you go.
These guys are on their bye week. They are on the bye week, so it is kind of. So you got to hope that Cade Otton guy is cruising like he's like a 7-1 or a 7-2 or like a 6-3 or something where he could actually be like, okay, yeah, I'll take on the Bowers because Bowers is a nice trade piece, and I would be trying to sell high on Bowers right now. I don't like the situation moving forward.
The Riddler.
Yeah, and it, although it is going to be Scott Turner,
the Riddler and the Diddler.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the Riddler. I mean, even if you have a combination of the two, and we're looking at like the Ginsu Diddler, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I need it to be the Ginsu.
Top of the morning, Cam.
What's up, Cam?
Cam said I haven't watched anything fantasy since losing this past week.
It's all good, man.
He said he put up the second. He said he put up the second most points in the league last week and still lost. It's taking career weeks, big bro.
That's the fantasy guards are cruel. That's why I'm fantasy row your boat bogey this morning, because that right there, WROE, it stands for the wide range of emotions, and we all live on fantasy row. And it's glad to meet other Fantasy Row civilians, right? Hey, man. Hey, what's up, neighbor?
Come on.
Welcome to the block.
Welcome to the block. Carl said, if someone's dumb enough to give you Nico or Jettis for Josh Jacobs and Dale, take it, run fast as you can, like Kendall Jenner running towards a black basketball player. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, she is a tall glass of milk.
Yeah, she is. I think she's the model one, isn't she?
Yeah. She's the one that she's probably like, what is she, like 5'11" or something? She gotta be.
No
Good
idea.
morning, my brothers. We got Mr. Bakes in the motherfucking building. Pooper rush. We got a pooper rush.
Pooper rush.
You got diarrhea.
Damn. That's like a commercial right there. That's like a Pepto Bismol commercial. It's just, pooper rush. Pepto Bismol.
You know, saying why we don't get JSN, man, that would have been a hell of a move over there to have him with
JSN is motherfucking expensive. You can
why would you want to do that to JSN? Send him over there to die?
You're gonna have to give up like, oh man.
I think he was talking about during the draft. They should have drafted him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That
Trading for JSN is probably not even like they're gonna hang up the phone immediately. You start trying to ask for that. That's a squad trying to win. No way.
Peacock said I played Taysom last week and it worked out and it worked okay. Oh my mama. All I want for my birthday is Juan Soto and SF. Oh, everything. Y'all gonna have to give that motherfucker 500 million, big bro.
Yeah, because he already like 3-4 years ago, before he was on the Padres.
Washington.
He was offered $450 million, and he said no.
And he got a World Series ring already too.
With the Nationals.
Yep.
Oh, that's
he was
right.
a young boy when he won it with the Nationals.
Yeah, didn't they go back to back? But they won one.
He's not good at defense, but we don't pay him for his defense. It's and at least he's a good hitter. He's a damn good hitter, but $500 million is a lot of money. You know how many pitchers you can have for $500 million?
Man, you probably got to change your phone number when you get $500 million, right? Because then if Bogey knew you somehow, that, hey man, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro? Congrats.
All I need is
let me hold something.
Right.
Pause.
Oh,
he ain't no Barry Bonds. I'll tell you that. He ain't no Barry Bonds. He's a good hitter, but he ain't that.
I feel like Barry Bonds would have lent us all some money though. Barry Bonds probably would have had it on him. How much you need? Okay.
You know, he's not like Soto. Soto grew up like dirt poor in the Dominican Republic.
He grew up in like a makeshift shack.
we got Barry Bonds growing up in a professional athlete's genealogy.
Willie Mays' godson.
Willie Mays, goddamn, his dad.
I never knew that.
Yeah, Willie Mays
was. He became, and then he eventually was a Giants legend as well as him.
My mama, Willie was there when he hit the 700.
I took a picture by that Willie. Pause. That's not right.
And you got big Bonds, and it was Willie McCovey all in the outfield. Willie McCovey was a Giants great as well. McCovey Cove.
Yeah. You know where I do see he might be a Met. The Mets have like the wealthiest owner in all of sports, pretty much.
Yeah, he the one that's selling more over
Steve
there.
Cohen. Yeah, Steve Cohen.
For the A's, is you working for the Mets?
he might just walk. He might walk across the bridge and play for the other team.
Place your bets. The odds are against me. It's Russian roulette. I got the mob niggas with me.
Come on now. Cat for Life said, okay, the guy hit me back. He wants to do St. Brown for Dale and Jacobs. Do I do it?
Never.
Did Detroit have a buy yet? And he also says,
Detroit did
tell him to go in Madison. So should he be greedy or should he smash it right now? Pause.
Nah, man. If the motherfucker's trying to give him Jettis in a vacuum, I'll go from from St. Brown to Jettis. I would do that. But I'm still trying to figure out how we could just have St. Brown with the Jettis and you know what I mean? Like,
what?
Here's a signature move right here. You leave that trade offer up and you go on the side and create another one. You know what I mean? And you say, because keep that one in the tuck. It is unfortunate how the efficiency has been so good in Detroit that they're barely throwing the ball. That's hurting St. Brown.
You're gonna have to give up 4 starters, somebody that fantasy starters, somebody that's gonna play in your lineup, 4 of them to get 2 of them. You know, granted, like I love Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown on the same team, but that just means that I have to fill a void that might be too dark and deep for me to be comfortable with.
It's a dark void, isn't it?
It would be because you ain't gonna give up scrubs. They're gonna be like 4 hitters that you want to start every week.
Yeah, that guy who has Jefferson isn't. I don't think his record is hurting right now. You know what I mean? Like, you might need to go shop for another big fish on one of the teams that are like struggling right now, trying to fend off mathematical elimination. That's probably the one who will talk to you. Because this person's not going to give up Jefferson unless they're getting like what they consider a top tier receiver in return. In this case, St. Brown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the St. Brown is a great player, but what I feel like the Lions are going to do is start running away with it, and they might get to this point in fantasy playoffs for you where shit, he's not going to be any.
Don't you say that?
He might not be any use. He might not be any use to you because you're going to have the first week bye locked up or something, and they'll be sitting their starters, and it'll be a.
Why are you speaking this gloom future?
I'm just saying,
this desolate future.
This is something that you have to consider when you're building rosters at this point in the season, where you know where these teams are headed. Yeah. The Lions, unless something crazy happens. They're not going to lose a whole lot of games.
What's their schedule?
Closing out.
Let's look at the Lions' schedule because
it doesn't matter who they're playing. Like that running game is so good, and then you got the Jameson Williams is coming back. Goff is playing at an MVP level.
Right.
When they're at home, it's pretty.
Oh my God, that's the second time we heard it in the same sentence today.
Yeah, it's pretty much a damn fucking win if they're at home. You ain't going into Detroit and beating the Lions, it looks like.
Here go the rest of the schedule. The Texans, Jaguars, Colts, Bears, Packers, Bills, Bears, Niners. Niners is the last game of the season for them.
Outside of the Bills,
Vikings is the last game. Excuse me. They end with the Vikings on 1-5.
Outside of the Bills matchup and maybe the Chicago matchup, this is awesome for St. Brown the rest of the way.
Yeah, I love St. Brown. I probably would do that trade. Not gonna lie, because I feel like the running backs are easier to gain off of the on the waivers, because you probably have at least 2 starters. I'd hope, anyways. And then you could fill in because you gave up 2. Go get a handcuff. It doesn't have to be somebody on your roster, but go get a handcuff that you like. And then, you might get lucky and have the next Tyrone
Trey Benson.
Trey Benson is a nice running back. He was the 2nd overall drafted in this class, and he's just waiting for his opportunity. I don't think Connor's gonna go anywhere.
No, he's not gonna beat Connor and take the job. It's just that Connor could die.
If Connor dies, then Benson is gonna be crazy valuable. Yeah.
Connor, I think he's only really made it to to the fantasy playoffs.
Yeah, we're crossing our fingers. We're doing this right now. We're like
James Conner. In the last, I think it was 2022. That fantasy playoff run, he was alive because he was coming back from injury, like missing like 5 weeks. Other than that, he doesn't really survive enough. So I would say Benson is definitely my favorite pickup this week.
I do agree. Running backs, start loading up on them. If you got space for them, put them on your roster. Drop your kicker. Drop your backup defense. Just put them on your team and wait for something to happen. It's worth it. It's worth the shot.
Cam says, should I be firing up Purdy? No doubt with CMC back.
100%. Plus, this Buccaneers secondary. Listen, it's gonna sound crazy. All right, everybody, bear with me. That Buccaneers secondary made Patrick Mahomes look good.
So did we get
bad.
news
He's
on
been so bad for
injury?
fantasy.
So I went to bed after the third quarter, and I know they came back and they won that game.
It was an overtime thriller.
So what happened to Mahomes? Did he look a little bit beat up, or was that just something like he tweaked it real quick and
Off.
Yeah, you know, we hate him.
the
I was the
ankle?
only one on the panel that was celebrating that he might have died. I was like, yeah, fuck him. Everyone was playing PC. They're like, well, hopefully it's not anything serious. We don't want to see that. We don't wish this on him. I do. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
No, he died or what?
No,
He-
he came back. He came back
Oh,
the very next. He came back the very next play. He was
Yeah.
all right. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, he looked a little gimpy, but you know he's all right.
What I saw was the
that's
ankle
good.
did one of these, like real quick, like, and then like the whole might have hit like a nerve or something. And
Man's game.
I remember it was a Thursday nighter against the Broncos years ago. I think we're talking maybe 2019 when they knocked this whole shit out of his knee. Remember that? Boom, and they're like, oh my God, he's fucking done. His whole shit just came, and they're like, oh, it's just a dislocated kneecap. And they said the first thing they did was pop it right back in. That's what he did.
yeah,
Oh,
He did it. And then they did all the MRIs, and they're like, oh, there's no ligament or structural damage. So he's fine. He'll be back in 4 weeks. And he came back, went on to win the Super Bowl.
he's made out of Play-Doh or something. You know, just fucking take it and put it back.
Back in, huh?
He's just
Reshape it.
pliable. Pause.
The fucking
And
play.
in the Bible, they made him out of clay, right? They're like,
Oh, every day. Wasn't it a cartoon with the clay figures too? Back in
yeah,
the day?
Gumby. Yeah, I was about to say, I was
Gumby
like,
looked that
kinda
shit,
like
man.
Gumby, I guess.
I think it was a some. Damn, that's
And
crazy.
they had the claymation, which is a genre of animation, and then one of the more famous ones was like a British joint.
Yeah, with the dog.
With the dog, yep, and the guy with the big ears.
I think I heard
He
that one.
had the teeth on him too.
Yeah.
It was always just, he always just,
Yeah.
when he talked about him, just pause. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Damn, what was that called?
Somebody in chat knows what we're talking about for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Life said he don't want to cough up Jettas. Yeah,
I don't
they-
blame him. I wouldn't either. You know what? Like
you should
if
just remind him, okay, bro. Well, you deal with Sam Darnold then.
But that's a nice pivot. Like if you can acquire an Amon-Ra St. Brown, the only thing that concerns me with him is how good are these Lions, and if they get in position to just be like, okay, let's rest. And
Here's my
No.
thing with the Lions, though. They pile up points regardless. It just sucks that if it's always the running backs punching in. But yeah, they're gonna pile it up. You know what I mean? And I do say when Jameson Williams comes back this week, is it this week? Yeah,
yeah,
should be coming back this week. That's gonna open it up for St. Brown for real. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like as much as Jameson Williams, you know, is a hit or miss for us as a start in fantasy, he definitely opens it up for everybody. I mean, look at it's not like Laporta was dominating in the absence of Jameson Williams. You know what I mean? Like or St. Brown for that matter. It's kind of crazy. It's all symbiotic. Can't have one without the other. All right, how about this?
We talking about the Marvel symbiote?
Yes, we are Venom. Yeah, so I mean, shit. I guess the waivers ain't too tough this week. I guess we'll get to it. Okay.
Yeah, focusing on some of the handcuff running backs. It's getting late in the season, and some of these running backs might be getting tired, and we need some fresh blood and some new energy, and you might get some action out of the handcuffs now.
I mean, yeah, you definitely want to hold on to, you know, you're the Trey Bensons of the world. I'd say Emmanuel Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
My bad. Emmanuel Lewis is I always want to go straight to what you talking about, Willis. You know what I mean?
Little bruh.
Yeah.
Uncle bruh.
Yeah. Shout out to Uncle Lil Bruh.
Oh, everything.
Rest in peace. Hold on. Did I just kill him? Is he alive still? That's fucked up.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
I digress. Who else is worth? I mean, shit, even Charbonnet. You know what I mean? They only feed one guy over there. So if anything happens to Walker, I mean, because otherwise, like, what other running backs is there out there besides these handcuffs right now? Just, Ray Davis, hold on to Ray Davis, maybe, because,
Algier.
they pretty much just feed one guy over there.
Al Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Al Boo Boo.
Oh, yeah, Al Boo Boo. Yeah, that's a good one, bro. Tyler Algier, Al Boo Boo. You know what I mean? And I think that's pretty much him for running backs this week.
Yeah, because the other one that
Jalen Wright. I would
there you
take.
go. Yeah, throw Jalen Wright in the mix.
Yep.
Yeah, because they definitely run. They're a run first team down there in the red zone for real, though. You know what I mean?
Do you think that when CMC come back, do you think that the other two running backs still have some type of maybe not super fantasy value, but just in the game that they do get some reps to go ahead and try and keep McCaffrey?
I think if they tell us that there's no Jordan Mason this week, and then it'll just be CMC and Garindo, maybe Garindo fringe flex, because it's going to be harder to run in the teeth. You're going to need some guy with a speed to go on the outside, and obviously CMC is a do-it-all back. So I feel like it's only if they're only start worthy if we think we're smashing, bro.
Yeah, I think Shanahan has a
if we're bringing back CMC, it's all CMC,
like his brother or son or something, where it's like it's the coach's kid. Like the coach's kid is going to get all the work.
This is like nephew, right? No, this is like little cousin here. There's pictures of Shanahan holding Christian McCaffrey as a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Shanahan's a teenager and shit.
Motherfucker is getting all the work. It was nice having Jordan Mason in the beginning of the season, and I was happy that I took the chance and I drafted him and I was able to play him for as long as I did. But knowing how that system works, and when CMC comes back, it didn't matter if Jordan Mason was putting up the best numbers in the league. He would have to cede all the work back to CMC because he's just a different type of dude. Like,
I mean, there's a consensus out there as far as
Niners. He's a better Kamara, and Kamara is the number one fantasy asset in the game right now. Honestly, that's kind of.
He had 35 touches last week. That is crazy. I was like, oh, they're really trying to trade him. I'll trade him.
Keep feeding him, man, because I'm reaping all the benefits of actually going out of my way to get Kamara this touches. This
6 receptions. That's
crazy.
Cap for Life said 3/4 of my roster have buys. Darnold, Jacobs, A-Chain, Dobbins, Dale, Smith, McBride as my starts. So he trying to.
We're feeling pretty good. We're feeling pretty good there.
And didn't he say that?
You got Darnold against the Jags, right? Love that, right? He got a good match. His players got good matchups all up and down that thing. Pause.
Facts. Lines legit everywhere. 100%. Do I really need to make a move at 6-3? And he's in 5th. I played a 4th place team in his 14 team.
Destroy them all.
Lions, Chiefs, Commanders, probably the top teams right now. We got Freezy in the building, top of the morning, bro. He says 10-man Jamar, 2 flex league, trade Jamar, B-Rob, Junior Mooney for mixing his CD. My other wide receivers are Amon-Ra, Terry, and Jay Reed.
So we're looking at an absence for Prescott for 4 weeks, right? He's on the IR. So he would come back to 10, 11, 12, 13. So he'll come back week 14 for us. The reason I'm pointing this out is because if we don't miss CD for more than 2 weeks, we're going to have to deal with the Cooper Rush experience for a little bit. I feel like this is why somebody's trying to sell CD Lamb right now. You know what I mean?
If you want to buy Mixon, then see if you can keep Jamar and forget about CD, and then use some other.
You have the better play. The best player in the deal right now, as it stands, is Jamar Chase. I
Yeah,
don't
we
care.
want to keep Jamar
This
Chase.
is not the draft. This is not the startup draft or anything like that right now.
Yeah, because Reed is
too. What is his
Who's
second
that?
game? Missed this. I mean, not back-to-back weeks, but I think he has 2 weeks that he's missed this season already.
yeah, because you're rolling 3 wide receivers. That's pretty nice. You're doing the Jamar, Amon-Ra, Terry, and then you can like cross your fingers and hope Reed gets the work, but it hasn't been consistent. He's probably sitting the bench on a lot of my teams that I have options with until he gets going.
Yeah, I'd probably try to move Reed.
Yeah.
Do it 2
Yeah,
for
see
1.
if he
for
can
Mixon.
see Robin Reed for
That's
Mixon.
what I was just going to say. Do it 2
There
for 1.
it is right there.
Remember.
It does suck that B-Rob's banked up right now, but we shoot the offer anyway. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Freezy, man. Freezy always tapping in, man. 100%, bro.
Big Freezy.
If you have value Jacobs more than Dobbins, then counter with Dobbins and Dale for St. Brown. Oh my
I'm
mother.
not mad at that.
Brisk Ice T had the dopest claymation commercials. Hey, that shit still slaps.
Yeah, oh shit. I remember that shit, man. The Rocky with it was like Rocky boxing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was Mills Lanes was the that's
Judge
wrestling.
Mills Lane. So every
There
time.
you go. And then the MTV fucking whatever.
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck
all
that-
the MTV.
The fight
like,
or
I
whatever
remember
fuck
the
it was.
MTV one. That's
No.
I want my MTV.
Oh, everything.
What was that?
It was like fighting in the ring or some shit.
They're boxing, but they were killing each other, ripping each other.
That's what it was. Death
That's
match.
what it was, a celebrity death match.
Celebrity death.
Oh,
There it is.
fucking A.
And I remember it was they had
here,
Diddy.
bro.
It was Diddy versus Jermaine Dupri, right? And then they're like, oh, what's Diddy doing? Right? I don't think he was Diddy yet. They're like, what's Puffy doing? And he pulled out a crate of records and he's just throwing them up and slicing them up. Like, oh, there he is making hits with all the people's records again.
Marilyn Manson was the undefeated fucking celebrity death match character, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh
Motherfucker.
yeah, he was tearing
Oh,
everybody.
that shit was
Yeah.
hilarious. Fucking A. I forgot all
I
about
can't
it.
believe that show was on for 30 minutes. I'm like, God damn. Make
And
a whole
Mills Lanes
goddamn.
was the goddamn. I want a clean break.
Oh, that shit was hilarious, bro. They would be fucking each other up on that show.
Let's get it on.
Oh, that's that era, bro.
Shout out to the judge, Dave. Rest in peace to Mills Lanes, man.
Did he really? I think he referee one of Tyson's fights, huh?
I'm pretty
Mills-
sure he was a legit ref.
Yeah, I think that motherfucker referee one of Tyson's fights, bro.
I feel like he would stare down Tyson face to face and he wouldn't even blink.
Oh,
Shout out to the judge, Mills Lanes.
Tyson's fight is this month.
Oh, yeah, on the 15th. The fake
Oh.
one?
Is it?
Yeah, it's on the 15th.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
with
right.
Paul? Oh shit, in Vegas too.
Yeah. It's on Netflix, right? That's
Yep.
that's
Oh, bro.
'cause I've seen the advertisement on Netflix.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's on Netflix.
It's a live event on Netflix. That's crazy.
That shit it's fake, right? Because he wearing it's like sparring gear and all that shit, or is
It's
it,
not fake. It's an exhibition. Like
Yeah,
they're
but
going to be
like,
hitting
they-
each other.
Yeah.
What are we talking here? 8 rounds, I think it is.
I don't know. I think we're talking. I think we're talking millions, is what we're talking. they ain't it for the
Jake
fight.
Paul,
They ain't it
Jake
for the-
Paul or Logan. Which one is this motherfucker, Jake?
The cash flow is what what the fight's all about. There ain't no championships. There ain't no.
Hey, listen,
There's
props.
no pride or anything.
Listen,
I
can't
just
help
beat
but
up a
props to that
50-year-old
kid.
Mike Tyson. Oh,
That-
okay.
that
And then
kid
Mike
is awesome.
Tyson said, I beat up some scrub nobody that fucking has a YouTube channel. Like, what is going on here?
I'm just saying though, bro. Bruh can box. I know it's Tyson. I'm just saying, bruh.
Oh,
Bruh's like-
yeah, for
he's
sure.
been training
I know
for
that.
years and years and years.
But, yeah.
Mike Tyson better knock his block off. I don't give a fuck. I've seen him knock
Oh, yeah.
a horse out.
Most people are probably rooting for the
I don't
Tyson.
know. If you're a betting man, put the money on Paul. If you're a betting man. Because
because
everybody and their mama's gonna put their money on Tyson, man.
I don't know, man. It's definitely a show. It feels as real as WWE, to me.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that shit, bro. I'm definitely be
Still
too.
Oh
watch
shit,
that.
is that on a
Yeah, I'm
Friday?
gonna watch that shit,
It's
bro.
on a Friday night, yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
That shit gonna
Oh,
be
we're
lit.
we're doing a stream. Fuck it.
Oh my mama.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
I'm gonna be
It's
throwing a
on
party
now.
at my house that day, so I'm gonna be back and forth.
There you go.
It's wifey birthday, her birthday the 15th.
Oh, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Good
Scorpios are the shit, man. Shout out to all the Scorpios. My daughter's birthday is coming up too. This Friday.
Oh wow, happy birthday.
Oh, this Saturday. Yeah, when's the 9th? Yeah, this Saturday. Okay.
It's finna go down.
We got her a car.
Let's go.
Yeah, that was months ago, but it still counts.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
Mama.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You got wheels now, baby. Take your old man to the liquor store.
Yeah, right. Come on,
You know what I mean?
I need
Like,
a ride.
yeah, my girl be having her drive her everywhere now. I'm like, great, I'm at the house with the kids again. She's like, well, see, because that's the thing is like we're not letting her drive with none of the kids in the car. You know what I mean? It's just like with us. You know what I mean?
That's a rule, right? I think that's
Yeah.
a rule. Can't drive with
Yeah.
nobody under 18 or whatever.
They can take
And
them
we
to
are law-abiding citizens here.
my daughter got you can get the permission because my daughter used to when she had her license, she was taking her brothers to school,
Yeah.
drop them off at school, everything.
They're all grown up now, aren't they, JD? Oh, my babies.
Cap
It's crazy.
said, do I play McMillan or Tolbert in the flicks or go after Robinson or dude from Tennessee? I think he's talking about Nick Westbrook.
It's kind of crazy. Nick Westbrook IKEA is what I call him.
Ikea.
Shitty furniture, by the way. But anyways, he has 4 weeks straight with a touchdown. What the fuck?
Aikine? Wow.
Yeah, look it up.
Wow.
Right?
See,
Somebody,
he's
you know
not
how I
on.
know this? Because somebody done beat me this week, starting that son bitch against me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, beat me by like 3 points. So that
Yeah.
Westbrook Akina play did it for him. He had a Christian Kirk, and that was his replacement. This son of a bitch.
I like DeMarcus Robinson, maybe.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Macmillan, he didn't play last week. If he goes this week, it's a lovely matchup.
Yeah, Shepard showed up. Had a couple good good plays.
It's a lovely matchup against our Niners. I just want to say that.
I'm not really. I am. I know that somebody's got to step up and be the next CeeDee Lamb, but maybe not. Like maybe Dallas just fucking ends up being the worst damn team in the NFL.
And Tolbert's gonna play Tolbert. Tolbert doesn't jump into. Here's my thing. Tolbert don't jump into de facto number one option.
No.
He stays doing the Tolbert role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a vacuum, it'd be Macmillan for me because at least he has Baker throwing him the ball.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that he wasn't playing last night. But that is a nice, intriguing addition.
Against my Niners at home, and Buccaneers are at home. I'm just saying at least that's a morning game, so you'll be able to pivot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're not expecting Mike Evans to come back anytime.
No,
soon.
he's not coming back till after their bye week. If you ask,
Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
That's week 14, so that means for the playoffs.
Be right back.
You might get your Mike Evans for the playoffs, so that'd be a nice little boost to your playoff squad. Don't drop them.
Bake said. Then afterwards, when Paul bitch is about to no knockouts in the contract, Mike is like, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me,
shoot me. Oh man. I didn't even know about that. There's a no knockout clause in the contract. Like,
That's
okay, we're gonna fight, but you're not gonna hit me hard enough to to knock each other out. It's like a glorified sparring match. 8 rounds too. That's a workout. That's not a fight. That's just a workout.
And there's videos of Mike Tyson hand speed, him working out and shit, and his hand speed don't look like it went nowhere. He on that motherfucking the speed bag, man, tearing that motherfucker up. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know if this boy know what he's in for right now.
The speed bag is a skilled workout. You don't necessarily have to try hard to hit the bag fast. It is more of like a rhythm and timing, and the more practice you get on it, the better you will be on it. In fact, I watched some like 70, 80-year-old dude whoop up the fucking speed bag.
Tearing it up.
Yeah, like he's an old-time boxer. You know, he had his fucking fair share of fights, and he could still get on the speed bag and fucking just like brah, 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 and just get it going to the point where he, like, you don't even, like you said, like it's just a blur.
Yeah, for real, bro.
They make it look so easy, like they're not even trying, but there's a lot of technique to it.
Facts. Yeah, I can't wait for that shit, bro. I'm gonna definitely be watching that shit.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's gonna be more equivalent to a WWE match than an actual boxing match. Like that, like Friday nights, there's always lots of good fights on Friday. That's my favorite thing to do on Friday nights is watch boxing.
Oh my man.
But this does, I guess, have a little bit of intrigue to it. It's Tyson. When you're familiar with what Tyson was in his heyday, everybody pays the money to fucking watch the 15-second fight.
Finish facts. 15.
You're like, oh wait, 15 seconds. That's it. Like, we
you
just spent all this
fast.
money, but people show up to watch it. They pitch in a little $5-10 for the pay-per-view. Yeah, we're talking Mike Tyson for sure. Mike Tyson versus blonde-haired white boy guy. I don't know.
His name is Jake Paul. Put some respect on his name. He's fighting the GOAT.
I should respect his name, but I'm not really in.
It's funny because I used to can't stand that motherfucker because like I felt like he was picking and choosing. Like, okay, like for example, he's like, all right, I'm gonna box this fighter. Yeah, he's a UFC fighter. You know what I mean? Let's box him, right? But it's like, this guy's a fucking mixed martial artist, right? And then he has a bunch of fights like that where it's like he's just fighting these Then he fought was it Fury's little bro? Tyson
I know
Fury's
he's got some
actual boxer.
Yeah, I know he's got
now
some
he's
moves
fighting
under his
Tyson.
belt.
Let's go. I respect him now. I don't get because you know what he's doing it for. It don't matter if it's old Mike Tyson. If you could put paws on Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? He's this guy, the Paul guy, the Paul brothers. They're the clout. They're like some of the reigning clout champs right now. You know what I mean?
100%. They know what
We're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
And the reigning undisputed clout champion.
Mike about to ice this dude. He's plus 240 on the bet now.
Put the money on Paul if you want to win anything.
Yeah, that is that's screaming, because all he has to do is dance around the ring, right? If he wants to seriously win, I would do that.
He has to run a ring, score a couple points, land a couple shots. But still though, Mike Tyson, bro. I feel like Mike, you're right though. It would be him just dancing, backtracking all the time, and Mike's just gonna be closing in all day, every day, bro.
Yeah,
he's a
I can hear right now the crowd going boo because there ain't no action. You're like, oh shit, nobody wants to get hit because Mike Tyson's old. He's like, I don't want to get concussed anymore. And then Jake Paul's like, Mike Tyson can still hit hard. I've never been hit that hard or whatever, like, I don't know.
I bet.
We'll see.
I'm about to hit up Hess. I bet you he's going to that fight.
If they throw hands like aggressively the first 3 rounds, I probably would be surprised. I don't think it's going to be like that. Drag it out, make it a show. And then
I hope he knocks him out in like 7 seconds flat in true Mike Tyson fashion.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be
That's what we pay money for. That's what I pay my $13 a month for Netflix for.
I've been
Give
paying
me
$13
stacks.
a month for
Netflix. I think Netflix stock is like $500 a share right now, too, bro.
Yeah. Remember when they were nothing? They were like, okay, get a DVD in the mail.
Yeah, you spend
Oh,
that. Bit.
everything. Facts.
Yeah, bro. And then you know what's crazy is like
Jake is the favorite.
I heard the Netflix guy went up in that thing and said he went up into like the Blockbuster offices, right? Sat with them motherfuckers, was like, hey, this is the new wave right here. You know what I mean? You send out the woo wops, the DVD, and this is still it's a DVD era already, but cassette tapes are still a thing. You know what they tell this motherfucker? They go, we're not gonna do that because the money we make off them not rewinding is so fucking crazy.
Get the
You
fuck
remember
out
that
of
shit?
here.
Yeah, bro. Because back in the days when you return your shit to Blockbuster, they would charge your account if you didn't rewind it.
Everything.
And they make so much money just doing that. They turned down the Netflix guy. And then a few years later, obviously, because it's like the early 2000s, a few years later, they are out of business. And then fucking Netflix fucking took off.
In those days, it took like a week to download a movie on the internet.
So having Netflix send you something like a day later.
They had no idea what the future held. They're like, streaming, watch a movie right now? No way. On the internet? Are you kidding me? It takes me 5 minutes to get on the internet. That's so silly. And nobody even has the internet. Half the people don't even have a computer. They're like TVs with the internet. You're like, what the hell are you talking about, sir? Out of your mind.
That wasn't a trip. That was a trip. One of the first times I came through, and my partner, they were always playing fantasy like years before I did. I came through, he had the whole command center stuff. You know what I mean? He watching this game on this computer, and then he got the split screen on the TV. And then I was like, yo, how are you watching the game on the computer? Like, that was what I was tripping off of. That shit's funny.
Yeah, those are the good old days. I don't, I appreciate the fucking cell phone and all that stuff that we got in our hands, but there's something nostalgic about like being able to remember when none of that stuff was relevant. And you go to high school and you talk about the internet and people would look at you, what the fuck you got the internet for? You're like, oh.
Hey, listen, I remember when I was a young mustache, bro, I was in the field Mac. You feel me? We out there hollering and shit. And then I had the other homies there's on AOL. I'm like, what are you doing on AOL, bro? Bro, I got this girlfriend on there. What? You fucking a computer? Like they used to it was mind boggler. Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how you even know if she is her? You know what I mean?
Well, the AOL Instant Messenger was pretty cool, but I wasn't going out of my way because I had a cell phone in 12 when I was 12 years old, so that was 7th grade, 8th grade.
I had a pager.
I had the old X-Files. You pull out the antenna, it's all black. Yeah. You press the button,
the Motorola
shoots up the yellow light, and then you can see the buttons. And then it had the
depending on how many
calculator screen that just showed the buttons that you were pressing. There's no texting involved or any of that stuff. It was strictly, hey mom, come pick me up. I'm done at the mall or whatever.
Motherfucker was balling.
Yeah, and it was free. I don't even think phones back then were like the thing. As long as you weren't racking up like a bunch of like.
You are a couple years younger than me though, because like I got my first phone when I was a freshman and shit. And then that's when they started coming.
Yeah, mine. We probably got the phone at the same time then.
Remember the Nokias?
The brick?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had those. Like I said, I had the all black X-Files phone. It was when AT&T wasn't even like doing cell phone service.
I don't even think I was I might have been a sophomore.
It was Pat Bell who was doing cell phone services. And then AT&T bought Pac Bell, and then they got the thing.
The Giants stadium was Pac Bell for hella long too.
And I think Singular got bought out by AT&T, and AT&T just wanted to be like the business thing, and they had Singular for the wireless, and then eventually AT&T said, you know what, we're gonna.
That was the era of what do they call that? That was the era of the big mergers.
Yeah, the mergers. Yeah,
Sprint and
smart
MCI.
business. Those are some savvy business moves to acquire all these companies that had different ideas.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they had them. If you a motherfucker in them meetings, them power meetings, like, listen, this is what we got to do, right? We got to buy these motherfuckers right here. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, because look at when AT&T bought up Singular, they also eventually bought up some other shit, and then they started doing like home cable services and internet, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to evolve with the times.
So shout out to Guru. He's in the chat.
What's up, Goo?
He's talking about I wonder what the Saints got for him, but Lattimore to the Commandos. I guess that doesn't
that's
move
awesome.
That doesn't move the needle.
Commandos.
Lattimore is a good player, but I don't know if they're going to be playing Mike Evans anytime.
Lattimore is so 2018.
Lattimore is really good against Mike Evans for whatever reason.
All right, man.
They fight all the time. That's like a guarantee. That's like the Logan Paul Mike Tyson matchup on the football field. Lattimore and Mike Evans.
You think he would offer Mike Tyson like 20 mil to like take a dive?
Yeah, absolutely.
He would,
$20 million, bro.
Imagine how much he made off the Netflix deal, bro. You know what I mean?
Netflix made a lot of money. I don't know what the boxers are making, but
yeah, you're right. I didn't think.
Yeah.
Damn, Lattimore to the Commandos. I like starting all my receivers against the Commandos.
A premium pick for an old ass cornerback that's past his prime. Huh. I mean,
I love the alliterations. A premium pick for a corner that's past his prime. Look at that. Killed it.
I mean, shit. Good for you guys, because you're not going nowhere. You don't need Marshawn Lattimore and premium pick. That's always a nice come up. That's what you're supposed to do when you're losing organization. Get the premium pick.
Somebody look at Mike Evans' Instagram right now. He's probably like, yeah, he's celebrating for some reason. I knew there was gonna go. I knew Washington wasn't gonna sit on their hands. I thought they were gonna try to go after Higgins for real. But yeah, they do need cornerback. And the way Lattimore is built, he's definitely a Dan Quinn looking corner. You know what I mean? Dan Quinn don't like the speedier corners. He likes the 6 foot plus, being lengthier cover guys. You know what I mean?
Yep. Head on a swivel. Got to get the cornerbacks that can actually okay, I can run with my guy, but I can also watch the quarterback and just, if you can be attached to his hit, then you're a really good cornerback. That
I remember.
I don't see that. Well, Surtain, I think Surtain is a motherfucking stud. They don't even throw it his way anymore because he runs with his wide receiver just like that.
He's too good.
He's on his hip. Doesn't matter what he does. He's looking at the quarterback and just following the hit. Cornerback is, for a defensive back, that's by far the hardest position. I couldn't hack it. I had to move to the center of the field and play strong safety, but strong safety was definitely more fun. Getting beat at cornerback was no fun. I guess that makes sense, but strong safety, you can at least be involved in a little bit more tackling. That was cool. Yeah, shout out to the cornerbacks. You guys are definitely some of the best athletes on the football field. Not gonna lie. Cornerbacks can do it all. Yep. Carl Carl's going back into memory lane too with the cell phones back in the day. I mean, like, they were just nice little pieces to have. There was like emergency uses, there was business uses, the pagers. See, the pagers were around, but I didn't have a pager. I had a straight up cell phone. Didn't need to get paged and go hit the phone up. I had my own number. I still have that original number. I've had my number for more than 25 years. The OG badass number. I got a lot of zeros in my number. It's cool to think about like how phones weren't like when I see these videos on YouTube and everybody's at an event or a concert or wherever the fuck and they got their phone recording it, the only thing I can think about is why do they even care? Because if they wanted to go watch it, it's available on YouTube. They could watch it from somebody else could do all the work for them, and then they can just sit there and enjoy these experiences that I'm accustomed to experiencing things without worrying about recording shit on my phone and looking at a little screen when I got this shit fucking sitting there right in front of me. That boggles my mind. I just don't understand.
Got an 85 inch and I rarely watch football on it because the goddamn fucking.
If I was at a football game, this is the last thing I have in my hand. Maybe if I wanted to check my fantasy football score.
No, I'm just saying, you don't got kids over there though taking over the TVs though either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't have social media. Like I have none of it. So that's also not influencing my decision to
You're a Gen Wealth Net
report everything.
If you're looking for our man Kidda Esquire, lawyer / scientist extraordinaire, you come on over to GWN.
The last thing that I was really social media that I was involved with was MySpace, but this was in the mid 2000s. MySpace was rocking hard. You could build up you probably seen.
Shout out to Tom.
Yes, Tom is everybody's first friend.
He's everybody's friend.
You got these websites that will build a website for you. They got the code, you embed it, and all of a sudden you got like your background image. You got it laid out perfectly. You got font colors. The problem was it was way ahead of its time because, like we were saying, there was no need to have an internet because it was slow and just like annoying as fuck. Because like you had to tie up your phone
take
line.
like 5 minutes to load my MySpace page up.
Yeah, I had
all kind of bells and whistles in that motherfucker.
Way ahead of its time. And that's why I didn't like Facebook because I was like, man, it's generic. You can't even do nothing to it.
Man,
it's a white page with fucking like.
I had the homie because we used to promote our music on there back in the days.
MySpace, yeah.
I had the homie. He's like, bro, we're getting hella hits, bro. I said, word. He's like, you didn't see it? I'm looking at my shit. I got hundreds of thousands of hits and shit. I'm tripping. Oh shit, motherfuckers is fucking with the music. And then my man goes, yeah, I got one of the View Blasters. I was like, why are you doing that, bro? He had me going though. He's like, I got a View Blaster, man. Fuck.
100,000
fake.
Top of the morning to the all-in-one show. He said he needs some help on some trade scenarios. We got Spencer the Guru in the motherfucking building. 100%.
Yeah, and all in one. If you're still out there, go ahead and put it in the chat. You know, we love to trade breakdowns.
Lex plant some trees. He's a regular around this motherfucker. He said,
hey, God bless him. He's planting all the trees.
Come on now, send something this way if you can. He said, Falcons D pause and a 2025 third for Monty. Is that a collusion trade? We're trying to veto it. The team is 1-6 trading away Monty.
So and see, this is why I would say it's bullshit. Collusion shit. Is because, man, this 1-6 guy isn't bringing back anything that's finna help him, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if he was sending Monty and bringing back like multiple starting pieces, like I understand, you know what I mean? Because he's not mathematically limited yet.
Or first, because you know, whatever.
The third round pick in return.
In these types of leagues, they only have.
Oh, okay, I forgot. He's getting a pick. I guess
no, this is a keeper league. Never mind. It's not
Yeah.
dynasty. So keeper league, A third round pick in a keeper league is kind of nice.
Yeah, because how many are you keeping, right? If it's a 3 keeper
One.
league, I mean,
He said
one.
that.
Okay,
He said they're
so
only keeping
you got
one.
great options here.
Yeah.
It's at the third spot, and he's gonna get an extra third, whoever that person. Yeah, I don't like that trade. That's some bullshit. Tell him the fantasy gods will punish them. Bad fantasy karma. And I'm gonna be real with you. I hate vetoes, bro. Let people do what they want to do ultimately. If there's a veto system in place, they're gonna veto that shit already. That's 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate veto leagues.
Yeah, veto leagues. Veto is funk, bro. It's beef. You feel me? I see people squabble over the
That's crazy.
squabble, bro.
All in one says starting lineup is Burrow, Gibbs, Swift, Drizzy, Drake, Ridley, Kelsey, Pollard, benches Zay Flowers, Jacobs, McMillan, and Waddle.
Package up maybe Waddle and something. He needs to improve here in a couple of spots though.
Well, London is
Fifth.
right? Ridley is average.
Ridley and Waddle. There you go. Package them up. See if you could consolidate those two into a bigger dog.
Get a good wide receiver.
Yeah, maybe go after a Terry McLaurin or something. You know what I mean? Go after
bigger, like maybe an Amon Rod. Like get a hitter. WR.
I went straight to realistic. I think it'd be realistic that he could get a Terry McLaurin for a Waddle and Ridley. Because fuck Ridley, dude.
Said the Puka owner wants to trade.
He does have Jacobs.
Go get
on
Puka.
the bench,
I'm buying Puka.
So if you do move off of Swift or Jacobs, because I think they're comparable.
I'd flip Swift. I just would want to back in a better offense.
Yeah. Try and get like a bona fide or go after Nico.
Okay.
Yeah,
there it is.
There
Swift and Waddle for Nico. Bum. And he said the Puka guy has got Puka on the block, man. Let's go get that Pookster.
There it is. There.
Right there. Go get him. Figure it out. Don't give up. Just keep countering and figuring out a fair deal for the both of y'all.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be real with you. The time and effort that you put in, even if it doesn't result in nothing, you always got to plant the seeds with good and make good trade relationships. So when you send something to somebody and you've already got something done with them, they know to take you serious. You know what I mean? And that guy who has Puka on the block right now, he's gonna get a barrage of offers. Most of them are gonna be shitty because that's how most people operate. They go, "Oh, you don't want Puka here," and they send like fucking Kaka. You know what I mean?
And the cold thing is, the last time we seen him before the up Tiger uppercut, what was it? 107 yards or like 7 catches or something like that. Oh my mom, yeah, I definitely try
117
right now. Oh,
Tiger uppercut.
Lex said, "I don't like vetoes either, but I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna let this shit like this slide. 100%. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, for real though.
Would y'all trade? Oh,
go ahead.
My bad, bro.
No, I was gonna say, just make an uproar about it. Part of playing fantasy is like being a politician. You got to be a lobbyist now. You know what I mean?
Man,
you got to start lobbying that
thing. Babies. Everything, shaking
Mm-hmm.
hands and kissing babies, man. We politicking around this bitch, man.
You got to be a lobbyist now, and you got to start whipping them votes up. Like, listen, y'all see what's going on? And then they're like, yeah, I know, right? Fuck that shit. You know what you do too? You hit the opponent. Yeah, this
Come
is
on now.
You hit the opponent up, bro. Did you see, bro? Just got acquired David Montgomery on you. What? Yeah, bro. You didn't see that? Some bullshit, bro. That'd be hot as fuck. He might even be the loudest voice. Whoever's playing against the person that just acquired David Montgomery. He said, "The fuck is this, bro? For our defense?
For defense, so everything.
Defense is out there, bro.
Fuck it, hey."
And for Atlanta's not even a good fantasy defense this year. They giving up hella points.
Fucking would y'all trade away Najee for BTJR? My wide receivers are Neighbors, Hopkins, Ridley, Mooney, Pickens. Running backs is Gibbs, Hall, Aaron Jones, Dobbins, Jalen Brooks, and Najee.
100%. Yeah, and I love me some Najee, but his rest of season schedule isn't the greatest against the run. Let's flip him.
Yeah, because you don't really have a bona fide number one, so having more depth in the wide receiver room is going to be nice. You definitely have a bona fide running back number one with Gibbs and Hall, and then Dobbins and Jones. They've been doing their thing, and then if Chuba gets traded and before the deadline,
They
then
said
Brooks
they're not going to trade him. He came out and said they're not going to trade him.
Why wouldn't they trade him?
I don't know, but you know what that is though, right? That means nobody want him.
I guess.
And they go, hey, we love our guy Chuba. He's staying right here.
Yeah, they're like, we are only gonna get a 6th rounder for him.
These greedy son bitches. And you know what? We should all be mad at Tennessee collectively because I just noticed he has Hopkins in his lineup, right? Good for him because Hopkins is now with the Chiefs. Blame the Titans. This motherfucker hadn't even learned the offense yet. He's scoring 2 tugs already, man. Fuck him.
Tugs. And he mossed some dude. It was like a 3-piece around him on one of them.
Nice.
Because he got some big old mitts too. And he's Luke Skywalker. He has the force. The ball gets in the vicinity, just right to his hand.
We were live for that, and the chat just goes, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, we all saw that. That was dope."
He got the force.
Oh shit.
Oh, they're on to us.
Man, I was rooting for Tampa Bay so hard, man. Like, pause, I guess, right?
Bro, no need for pausing. I'm with you, bro, because they had it, bro.
They had it, bro.
And then they lose the coin flip, and it was like, oh, it's over now. You know what I mean? You know, they have entire drives planned out just for overtime.
Levante David is my favorite player in the NFL, and I am definitely a goddamn.
He couldn't stop Travis Kelce. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I guess so.
Come on.
Speaking of Kelce, All in One said I didn't include. I have Kittle and Kelce, and he said he wants to move a tight end. Which one should he move?
It would be Kittle. Because when CMC's back, it definitely dings Kittle. Y'all feel me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he out there blocking.
We want to get the trade done. So if he counters and he needs to have Kelce, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, I want to have Kelce though. I don't even want Kelce in that deal. Here's Kittle.
Is this a PPR league? Because if it ain't a PPR league, then I ain't give a fuck.
I think it is, big bro.
It's got to be. Live in the now.
Go back to his earlier. Let us know. He didn't say if it's a PPR league or not.
Kelce's getting short yardage. It's not anything special.
Yeah, but it's Travis fucking Kelce, and he's been Travis fucking Kelce the last couple weeks. I love it.
Yeah, but we play in 2 PPR leagues, and that's like,
you ain't lying.
Like we're going, yay! And everybody else is
brought me back in a few last night.
I was like, yeah, he sucks. I'm like, I know he sucks. It's his last year. It's gotta be his last year.
I thought I went 4-22, but I actually went 8 and was that 14? No, 8 and 16. So because Kelce brought me back in like a gang of them.
Oh, that's federal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was wounded. I didn't look at it till this morning because I just got off the show. I was like fantasy ruined. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Put the kids to sleep and I put me to bed. I was like, fuck this shit.
Like Kittle. Yeah.
He says that Zay Flowers and Kelce for Puka, but he also wants to add Connor from the Puka owner.
Add it.
Yeah.
Now we're countering. See, now we're countering. Yeah, you want Zay? I'm okay with that Zay thing. So but I'm gonna need Connor though. Boom. And then if you got to throw in a third piece to make it the old 3 for 2, just make sure that third piece is just like a bench-ish, like flex-ish guy. You know what I mean? Make them feel like they're winning because I'll take Puka and Connor. Pause. Yeah, then I'll race to the wire and fucking put my number one claim to Trey Benson if he's out there. You know what I mean? And
Mike Williams to the Steelers.
I mean, they need a tight end looking.
They need a tight end.
I mean, he's basically a tight end that won't block, right? They're
He
gonna throw
can't
him in the
block.
red
That's
zone.
what I'm saying. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't think he's
They can
good
throw him in
tight
the red
end.
zone.
You
He's a
can't
red
get
zone
blocking
package guy.
much. And they got Fryer Moose and the other guy. He this
Washington.
Okay. This is
Yeah.
straight up.
But
Yeah,
I'm
Washington.
just saying for a big slot, they could have Mike play big slot. More than likely, he'll be out wide and he'll be opposite George Pickens, and then all he's gonna do is run that niner out. That's all, or that go route. That's all he's gonna do.
You know, I'm not gonna put it past the Steelers. That's an organization that knows what they're doing.
This gives me mad Dante Moncrief vibes. Remember when they traded for Dante Moncrief? You know what I mean? This reminds me of that.
Dante Moncrief. I remember Brad from the Colts.
Indianapolis, yeah, he was pretty dangerous at that time.
Yeah, he was, but then he went to the Steelers.
Everything.
He would slap the bass, slap at the bass, because he's a bass player in his band or something like that. But yeah, when he scored a touchdown, he would start slapping the bass. Get it.
Lex said my league said Nuke was old. He ain't gonna do much. Oh my mama, they slept on him. And then
I slept on him too. I'll admit it. I was like, I wasn't eager to get any of the Nuke that I had available in drafts this last season. I'm passing on him almost every single time. Even if it was like a 7th, 8th rounder or whatever, I was like, yeah, I'll probably go somebody else. There's
the guy. His name is Hinnock. He's in the East Side League, and he's a known reaper. He fucks up players, he kills them, or he fucks their situation up, right? Like Caleb Williams. Anyone who has him, be mad because he has an ankle injury because of this guy owns him, right? Anyways, this guy, he traded away DeAndre Hopkins and then saved his life. Because like when he had DeAndre Hopkins this year, he was shitty. He trades him away, and then he gets traded to the Chiefs. And look at him now.
Yeah,
keep running from the Reaper.
All in One said Kittle has been number one tight end all season. That's why I'm leaning on keeping him.
Yeah, but it's going to change when CMC comes back because who hasn't been around all season? CMC. Kittle, if you look at Kittle's numbers when CMC's there, it's like his snap count is always going to be damn near 100%. Kittle's never leaving the field, but it's because his blocking paralysis and like what he can do blocking down the field too. Yeah. Granted, we don't have an Ayuk, but I do love the rapport between Jennings and the Brock, and they've been going down the field a lot more. You know, it's kind of crazy how we're in a position now where our offense looked a whole different way without CMC. Now with CMC, it's like it's going to be a little harder for coordinators to game plan for us because we have a whole different look. We got Brock with an ADOT, one of the highest ADOTs in the league right now. You know what I mean? As far as pass attempts goes, he was always like one of the lowest. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy how it works. And if they go back to what we're accustomed to when you have CMC, it's definitely Kittle's gonna take the ding. I don't want to flip Kelsey.
Yeah, especially he did clarify it's a PPR. So if we're doing a PPR in this stage of the year, and he's getting these little like 10 target, 9 reception, freaking like that's nice for a tight end. When we got tight ends that get lucky with like 2 or 3 targets and down. Like last week, I got lucky because I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go Foster Moreau," and then somebody in our group, I think it was Bogey. He was like, "I don't know if I would start Foster Moreau over Hunter Henry," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right." You know,
Foster.
No, I went Hunter Henry.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
look at me. My bad.
Yeah, but still, it didn't help. I lost. I didn't have a good week with the other. I got some injuries. I need them coming back. What they should be bouncing back pretty soon and getting Nico Collins and
Yeah, it'd be like that right now, bro. Motherfuckers are so beat up. It's a bloody war, y'all.
Miss facts.
We lost a lot of good men out there.
TFL. The TFL. We got a lot of flex plays on that.
Yep. It's the Tyrannosaurus Flex League. It's got to be like that. You know what I mean?
All in One said Flowers and Kittle for Puka and Connor. Maybe it's the name value for me, but LOL sounds like he wins, but I'm also winning with my team.
Nah, you win this trade. If you bring back Puka and Connor, you win this trade.
This will not hurt Pickens. Sorry. I got ahead of the thing.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Go ahead, get on him, kid.
Hey, come on. Pickens is the second highest target market share in the whole league. This guy is going to be targeted no matter who's playing quarterback on that squad, and there's a reason. He's damn good. He can go up and get it. He's a contested catch type of guy. It was
he's not the greatest separator, but he's a king contested catch motherfucker. He's a highlight reel, bro.
Right. We're keeping Pickens in our fantasy lineups, and we're not afraid of the trash fucking Mike Williams. Mike Williams is I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know what they had to trade to acquire Mike Williams, but if it I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a kicking tee, like a bag of kicking tees, you know, something like that.
Damn, bro.
Hey, listen, I have on good money. They might have just got Mike Williams for free. They're just like, listen, y'all want him?
Yeah. Right.
They got him for free, bro.
The Jets just won a game. They're like, damn it, we fucked up. We're supposed to lose that game.
You know what, bro? Cut him. You know what? No,
why did we beat the Texans? What the
fuck? Right after they beat the Texans,
you
know what? Send them to the Texans. Y'all need them. Nah, we don't want them. All right, fuck it. Hey, yo, Steelers, they were going to get a receiver, though, because going all the way back to, like, fucking August and July even, they were in the market for a receiver.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, bro? There's 7, 2, and 9 teams in the league right now. So there's potentially 7 teams that don't want to win anymore on paper. Right. So they can try to get the highest pick. 7 of them right now, though. And we're going into week 10. So we definitely are at the halfway mark of an 18-week year, right? Because there's 17 games, but an 18-week encasement.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're at the halfway point. That's why they do the trade deadline here, I guess. Look at that. You learned something new.
For real on that one.
Well,
Mike Williams is going to the Steelers. Thank God.
Yeah, y'all can use him, though. Okay, you know what, though? Now that the ear to the streets is here, it just reminded me of the Chargers because he is a walking thunderbolt. You know what I mean? Quinn Johnson, if he's available, he's the number 1 pickup at receiver this week. Because I looked at his percentage owned, it was definitely under the threshold. It's right under the threshold, so it's worth taking a look. Because he really fucked up our Ladd McConkey shares last week with him coming back to full strength. Mm-hmm. And our man Kidda actually pointed something out, and this is really big here. Quinn Johnson caught a ball, actually like 3 of them, with his hands.
I remember
growing up right before our eyes.
That does. I remember Kidda saying live, he caught the ball with his hands.
Yeah,
he would have been snatching out the air even.
Yeah, snatched it.
He's usually a velociraptor catcher. You know what I mean? He got a little bit of Vern Davis in him. You know what I mean? Remember Vern?
It's like when you're fighting and you keep your elbows in and you want to like
Vernon Davis. Remember he used to kind of do the velociraptor
to avoid the
catch.
kidney blow or like get the rib shot or whatever. Like that's how he was. He didn't want to get hit in his in his torso, so he kept his hands in and was playing like a pussy. But now he's been coached. It took him his whole life to get to this point, but now he's finally going out to
Jim Harbaugh was like, "You're here for a reason, kid. You're gonna catch that ball." I remember what I said to with Jim Harbaugh. I was like, "I bet you every time Quinn Johnson walks to the locker room, he just chucks something at him."
Yeah, right.
Anything, cell phone, fucking beer can, whatever, just Gatorade, just catch this shit.
Oh.
That's how you teach them.
Appreciate it,
man.
Lex.
Takes the shoe off.
That was a good 15-minute conversation. Appreciate you. Lex plant some trees coming out with the news of Mike Williams. How can we talk about Mike Williams for 15 minutes? Oh, he gets traded to the Steelers. Okay.
Yeah, and you know, today was supposed to be trade deadline day, and it's like we're seeing like waiver wire pickup style trades. You know what I mean?
Well, I thought the Steelers would go with something better than Mike Williams.
To the Cowboys, like, oh, all right. Oh no, hold my beer, bro. Mike Williams to the Steelers. Oh shit!
Wow,
fucking amazing. How many minutes?
Well,
how many minutes until at 2:00 your time, Lee? That's the end of the deadline. Where's Lee at? He's in Texas. Okay.
That's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. There you go. Here it is. He's back in the streets though. He needs to get out there. Find us some trade info.
All righty. Well, I just had Spectrum here, and that was a nightmare and a half.
Did they figure it out?
No, what happened is my neighbor next
I
to
thought
me.
you were in the streets, Lee.
I was on the streets. Yeah, I was on the streets walking back and forth. My neighbor had Spectrum take a splitter and take my damn bleeping Wi-Fi. Pause. So I'm sharing it. I'm literally pissed. Pause.
You don't share Wi-Fi off of a
no.
LAN cable.
No, we share a pole, right? But the damn people.
Now you pause that. He paused the wife share the Wi-Fi. We share a pole. Pause.
No, we share a. I ain't gonna.
Lee, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be some. How about this? It's gonna be someone else's problem much longer. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's how I look at it. They can't worry about that, not me. I got a quick.
Yeah, y'all about to sell that house soon, so
yeah.
I got Spectrum. It comes with the internet. It comes with the TV. It comes with the Disney Plus. It comes with the Paramount Plus, and all of that is $75.
My bad.
How much you pay?
$75.
I drop 4 Benjamins a month.
How many TVs and boxes and shit do you have? That's probably they're getting you.
I got 0 boxes.
4 TVs and 4. We have 5 TVs in the house, 4 boxes.
They gave me a Wi-Fi router or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and then this is the cheat code. You just get smart TVs and then just download the app, and then you only need
exactly. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. It's gonna be a huge.
Yeah, I got the Spectrum app. Yep, downloaded on all my TVs, so I could tap in and watch the NFL on network, Fox and CBS and NBC and ESPN.
Yep.
All that shit. So I get all the local games. I don't get the red zone or whatever. I can pay more for it, I guess, but I don't.
No, we get red zone because of our part of our package. I'm fine with that, but yeah, it is.
Yeah, $75 for all that, man. All
Lee
of a sudden, Texas ain't that much better than California. All of a sudden, shit, you pay $400 a month for internet and TV.
That's crazy.
That's
paying
crazy, bro.
$4,000 a year. About $5,200.
400 times 12, man.
$5,200.
Yeah,
it's $5,200 a year.
4,800, but you know,
He's balling, man.
you got to pay for the goddamn equipment, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
400.
Well, Lee is just ecstatic that they didn't trade back for Mike Williams. That's what
I'm
very ecstatic. He's very afraid of it. Bring him back to the Chargers. You know what? Steelers trade him to y'all.
I don't have. Well, what is Pittsburgh gonna do? Pay for a lifeline supply of bubble wrap for him because he is a mess, man.
That's what I was saying. I was like, they must have got like a
better than Van Jefferson.
Some kicking tees for fucking Mike Williams. I don't know, man. Like who the fuck?
Maybe they got like
especially
they
recently.
got a bag of kicking tees though.
Yeah,
exactly.
He got like 25 of them bitches. That's nice.
That's a lifetime supply.
You can use a brand new tee every game.
Look at that.
All right. The Saints have okay, Marshawn Lattimore's on the move.
Yeah. You were supposed to be in the face.
Oh,
What up,
right. He was doing work for Spectrum.
nah, my cousin Kia.
Actually, they were doing work on him.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of this stuff, man. Sorry.
Oh shit! It's no. We talked about it a little bit. I was unclear on the pick
compensation.
swap, but
Yeah.
it looks like it's a 5th round pick.
It's a contract dump too, and they restructured it to make it friendly for a trade partner.
Yeah, they're just like a
Good for
4th
Washington.
or a 5th or something like that.
Yeah, it was a yeah. Much.
Yeah. That's not bad. I'll take the gamble and get a player and then just trade back a little bit.
And you know it tends to work in this way where like you trade for a player, he's on a team that actually has a chance. He's going to be rejuvenated. You know what I mean? At least like he's going to be enthusiastic. At least, how about that?
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, he's like, thank you guys. He's gonna go over there and hug everybody.
well,
Yo, appreciate y'all.
Late last
Yeah,
night,
we is. Cause
Yeah. Nakia.
well, late last
shout out
night
to
he was
Nakia.
rumored to go to the Chiefs, but hey, I'm glad with that one too.
Who?
Lattimore.
Nah, they wouldn't have traded for no Lattimore.
That's who they had, quote unquote, as the front runner. Thank God. I'm fine with that.
Well, because they already brought over a DeAndre Hopkins contract, so like they're capped out over there. You know what I mean?
Well, the only Kansas City did say they're going to make one more move, but I haven't seen anything.
I mean, shit.
Well, they got an hour and a half.
Yeah, they might still. You know what I mean?
We were hard bargaining.
They're trying to be the first in history to go to three-peat, so I wouldn't doubt they
Let those mofos try it. They ain't going to
yeah, as long as Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid is there, bro, like, you know what I mean? You just got to, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
For all of us.
Good.
For all of us.
Well,
Oh man, Tino, that does sound interesting. He's all saying, y'all got to see the clip of A-Rod on Pat McAfee when he finds out Mike Williams got traded. Oh man,
Oh, that I feel like he's happy then.
yeah, I know, right? Like,
Like,
if he's getting a reaction that's
Oh, it might have
actual,
been Aaron
like-
Rodgers that sent the trade. You know that feeling when you look and see when accepting your trade.
He's
You're
like,
like,
you know
oh,
what?
shit.
I threw him a perfect pass, and he let it hit him right in the ball sack.
No, see, I have a theory that he threw it right to his balls for dropping all the
Holy
balls.
crap.
It's not that good.
He's like, I couldn't
I'll
be
hit you
put
right in
like,
the coxy pause.
it's like hit him right in the nuts every time. Just hit him in the nuts. Practice the game, just takes it to the nuts all day.
You better wear your cup, Mike, because I'm gonna peg your ass in the balls every time you don't catch this ball, bro. I'll get it
And
in
if he's doing it on purpose, he's like, man, watch this motherfucking ball.
I'm that good.
He can't see nothing. He's the only guy open. I'm gonna just throw it right out of his nutsack and be like, get this guy out of here. It's a joke.
Oh man, I hope Mike Williams has children already. Because damn,
Yeah.
like, Aaron Rodgers, bro, he hit him a few times. Dude. Hit him out the game. He was questionable the next week with a groin.
Questionable with the groin.
He was questionable with a groin the next week, bro. It was bad.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and, the waivers kind of suck this week. I ain't gonna lie. This is more about like just waiting on some trades today. Come on, man. Come on, NFL. Give us something better.
Oh, Tino said he was shocked.
Oh,
Okay.
I think that's just the way his eyes look, though. Aaron Rodgers always just got the giant eyes, is wide-eyed. Did his eyebrows jump?
Yeah, he might not be sober on that channel either.
You know what's crazy? This is a trip. If you watched him all the episodes last year when he came on, because he was going through recovery, bro. I swear to God, he was pain pilled up, bro. He was pain pilled up like a motherfucker, bro. Why wouldn't he be? He was, you know what I mean? He was recovering.
he got the prescription too.
You feel
Yeah.
me? Because he was on that motherfucker wonky as a motherfucker. This shit was crazy. And I know some users. It sounded just like them.
That's some crazy stuff.
Allegedly. He definitely is a three. He definitely is he did say something after they won the Texans game. He said, "Well, I don't think I'll just be, I don't think I'll be having my 3-finger scotch. He said I'll be having my 3-finger scotch in celebration tonight." But that tells me that he was having that same 3-finger scotch, just fucking mad. Just where's my pills?
I'm crazy.
He was tapping into his Brett Favre. You know what I mean? His inner Brett Favre. Brett Favre was on them bikes.
I can only imagine what fucking Rogers drinks. This probably got to be the best fucking scotch in the world.
Yeah, for real, huh? Okay. So what are we talking here? Like
it's gonna be one of the decades. So we're talking 10 plus, maybe the 12.
He does the Macallan 12.
We go smaller than the Macallan. We do smaller than that. Like in Scotland, they got all sorts of distilleries, and they're all premium. And they usually go to France and they buy barrels of like old wine barrels, and like the best wines come from France, right? And they buy these beautiful fucking barrels that had like some bomb ass wine, and then they let their whiskey, or that's what Scotch is whiskey. So they age it in them. In the United States, our bourbon, they're like the houses that they store the barrels is elevated. Like the atmosphere is all the same, but the higher you bring your barrel, the different the wood reacts differently. So that's when the wood seeps into the whiskey and adds the flavors and the aromas. And in Scotland, since it's so wet,
Scotland.
Yeah, it's humid, but it's like not a hot humid, right? It's just always raining. It's got fog. It's all that shit. There's a lot of moisture in the air. So a lot of the wood coming from France, which is like a Mediterranean climate, like in Southern California, we don't get a lot of humidity. So all of a sudden you wet this wood, and the wood seeps into the fucking. Anyway, Scotch is better when.
This is why he's a scientist.
Scotch is better aged. So and some of the smaller distilleries, they spend a premium dollar to get these old wine barrels so they could age their whiskey in it.
I'll be I done fell off into Napa like a more than
Napa's badass too.
Yeah, and then like you go into them little castle things, and they'll have a whole room.
They got
all the barrels
or caves or whatever.
Yeah, we've been to Casa de la Rosa in Calistoga. Matter of fact, I'll pull the pictures up for y'all right now. Watch this.
Got the good water. That's where they got that good water.
Yeah.
Bro. But have you ever heard of Uncle Ernest Scotch? It's the guy
Uncle,
that
I've heard of it.
Oh, that's my uncle.
Yeah, on everything. He helped make the recipe for Jack Daniels, but Jack Daniels took him out. And
Ernest was a black man.
So Uncle Ernest is he's a black he helped make that recipe 100%. His shit is fire.
Okay, yeah. Jack Daniels is probably one of my go-tos. I could drink Jack Daniels.
I've seen him.
What else?
I've seen him do it.
What else I want to do is in Kentucky, because that's another bourbon state.
Yeah, don't they be having like the 7-year age joints over there?
Hey, kid, send me. Hey, kid, sorry.
You just Albert. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, get it.
Okay. What do we? Oh shit! Yeah. See,
Castle.
Hey, you don't get no castle by being poor and got no assets. So
where's this
motherfucker that got a castle? They be doing stuff right.
Damn.
Winery.
That's
the
winery. That's dope.
It's on the other side of Napa. So once y'all said Napa and whatnot, me and wifey like to go up here and frequent.
I haven't been to that one. I've been to like a handful of places in Napa. I was stationed in Fairfield, Vacaville at Travis Air Force Base, so it was like a 40-minute drive to Napa. You know,
JD,
it
which
was a
one
nice-
is that?
It's called Castadello. Hold on.
Castadello? Oh, my aunt and uncle used to go there all
Omarosa.
the time for their anniversary.
Castello de Amorosa.
Amorosa. I think they used to go there for their anniversary. Though. They're all wine consume. Wine
California's a
consumers.
nice place.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. Oh, I know it is. I know it
Yeah,
is.
see, they put that shit underground, and they build these like big caves or whatever the fuck they're called.
Facts. That's
Yep.
exactly.
And that's how they age their wine. In Bourbon Land, they build a big ass fucking like barn almost, and then they have different levels, and every level is a different like grade, and the grade goes up the older it gets, and
Just
then
driving
the
that
higher your barrel is, the more humidity it usually contains, or is it vice versa? Something I'm not. I don't know what. I just know that the
Don't ever say you don't know. You're a scientist.
every so often
ever break
rotate.
character.
They bring them up a level, and they bring it up another level.
There it is.
And if you do the in Kentucky, they got this. It's like a bourbon trail or something. You can go down this.
So
Route
let's
and
be
and
honest.
hit up
I'm
all
not a
these like
bourbon guy.
micro distilleries and big distilleries and
I'm not a bourbon guy. Is bourbon originally an American thing? Like,
Yeah.
help me out
That
here.
motherfucker federal, bro.
yeah. It's
Oh,
it's corn whiskey with like just different styles of aging, I guess.
So it's definitely an American thing because they had no corn to the Europeans till they came over here.
Yeah, our whiskey,
Oh, word.
our whiskey is primarily corn and
Oh,
that-
you know, I have a vendetta against corn, except for popcorn. I love corn, but it doesn't love us. Corn
the mountains at Travis Air Force Base. See, I don't know what the fuck a mountain. Like, I don't remember no mountains at Travis. If I was gonna go to the mountains, I'd be driving up to Tahoe, which is north of Sacramento, so that ain't anywhere near
Yeah,
Travis.
Fairfield's a flat motherfucker. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I don't know nothing about
Fairfield's
no
a flat motherfucker.
motherfucker.
I guess
We
there
call
is
it
some-
Cowtown.
I guess there is some little-
Vacaville. You got.
Oh, actually, there is some little mountains around there. Like, you know, when you're
Yeah,
driving.
You can get up to the Sierras going. I forgot what highway it is going. I just watched a ghost town. They're rebuilding a ghost town, and what they did was I forgot exactly what city by Fairfield you cut across to get into this part of the Sierras. 100%.
I don't know if I'm moving into a.
I
ghost town.
don't know. Travis Air Force Base is definitely not by no mountain. It's on the vistas of the deltas. So like deltas
Oh,
are
yeah,
like
it's
little
double windy.
like waterways that come off of the big bay. So you got
Man, I man,
Bay
rest in peace to
Area,
the
and
homie,
then
man.
got
I had a
this,
homie that drowned in the Delta, man.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Wow, bro. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
he died valiantly though. He was saving his kids, bro. Because like over there, like when you're in the Delta, it'd be like hella deep then shallow. So like you could be in the middle of the thing just standing on some shit. You know what I mean? And that's where they were. Then they got swooped out, and so he over there trying to save him. He drowned. You know what I mean? But he got him to the little woo wop. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy over there in the Delta.
That's
It's,
crazy.
yeah, one of my early memories of the Delta, my dad had a performance ski boat, bro. They had a 351 that had the Cleveland block in it. You know what I mean? This is badass. And I remember we're just mobbing slowly because, you know, you pass the buoys or whatnot. So you got to mob hella slow. And we going back to the little cove thing. And then all of a sudden, we're scraping up. We're like, oh, shit. And then we just couldn't move. My dad was hot. Oh, shit. You know what I mean? He's madder than the motherfucker because we just happened to went across them little, you know what I mean, where it's raised up. You feel me? Like the Delta's kind of weird like that.
I guess hills and mountains are like they're like when I think of mountains, I think about like the mountain range. Like you get up to Tahoe, those are mountains to me. Like if you're gonna go over to Berryessa, those hills that you got to drive over to get into Berryessa, I don't consider those.
Hey,
mountains.
shout out to Lake Berryessa. A lot of
Berryessa was so
Oh,
fun.
down up there, boy.
My motherfucking Berryessa. Not only was it fun to party there, it was fun to drive up into it because the roads is twisty. They got some nice fun roads to just kind of like I
He
don't
was
know.
playing. Kidda plays California Rush in real life, huh?
I almost fucking died on those.
That's what I'm saying.
bro.
You told me this story. Hey, Kidda used to just do 90. That was like his go-to.
Everybody did. I wasn't
We're
even
going
trying
90.
to. I was just keeping up with everybody and motherfucking like I had like a Honda Civic DX, 5-speed manual, like driving up on these roads, and
Did you have the
all of a
intake
sudden my
in it?
ass end just
He had
falls
the
out
intake.
from under me. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. I got homie in the passenger seat. He's holding on for dear life, and I'm like downshifting 2 gears.
And this is why me and Kidda hopping in Uber these days. I'm hopping in the Uber with Kidda.
Clip
Man.
right here and shit. I'm like, oh man. Everybody stopped because they
Kidda
saw
got
me
the
get
drink in the
sideways.
fucking the cup holder.
Oh man. But that's what you do when you're like 20, 21. That's how old I was. So I drive nothing like that anymore. Like I said, I was like,
Hey,
that was
there
not
is
my idea.
there
I'm
is
just
mountains
trying to
around
keep up.
Fairfield though, because when you're going into Fairfield on I can't is this 680? I can't forget what freeway, but
On 80.
on 80, and you see the mountains, and they got the big old Jesus loves you thing. Have you seen
Oh
that?
yeah, I think I remember those. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the cross. It's a big old giant cross that's lit up, and it's just on this mountainside.
Yeah.
Kid almost crashed every time he passed by.
Fairfield is not a fucking like a place to visit. That was pretty interesting going up and
They had a mall.
finding
over
out
there.
that Fairfield was kind of like thuggish ruggish. Like there's
Yeah.
they
Fairfield was grimy. Shout out to the homie Nancy, bro. He ran the Shoe Palace over there, and he's from San Jose, but they had him. He was like he used to run the stores well. So they opened up a new one in that. It was a Fairfield Mall, and so this is the only thing out there. So everybody's at the mall all day, every day. You know what I mean? And we would go out there because anytime like new releases came out, he would put it to the side for us. You know what I mean? So this time-
Oh,
yeah, this time
nice.
he's in Fairfield, so we're gonna shoot out to Fairfield. But we got to be there early in the morning and make it look like we in the, you know what I mean? We in the tilt. You know what I mean? So we go the night before and just stay at his crib. And bro, he ran the Shoe Palaces, bro. He actually sued them and won.
Is that right?
Yeah, because that Shoe Palace, they wouldn't let you leave. So like he would send foods to get his lunch. Because that's just how they ran. That's just how they ran their shit. So when they fired him because he did some fuck shit. He got arrested on a Friday night and the store didn't open the next morning. And they fired him, right? But then he was like, wait a second, I got a case here because you motherfuckers used to never let me leave. That's against California law. So they settled out with him. So then which is a win in my opinion.
Damn right it is.
Yeah, he fought him for like 3 years and it got to an arbitrator. And I remember just getting a screenshot, and it was like for $280K. Not a screenshot, a picture of the fucking certified mail check. And I was like, damn, you did it, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm about to come through right now. Let me hold some, boss.
For unfair employee rights shit.
They wouldn't let him leave. They said you always got to be on. You always got to be on site. If it's your lunch, send someone to get your food. That was just how they all rocked. And then like he had hella foods. He was prepared because there was so many other foods that could vouch for it that didn't work there anymore. You know what I mean? They'd be like, yeah, when I worked there, they didn't do that for me. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Shoe Palace was my first job. I was like 15.
Was it? You lucky.
Yeah.
I sold shoes too, but not a Shoe Palace.
I never got to sell no shoes, bro.
Shoes
from San
I
Jose.
love shoes. I didn't care about like any of my fucking drip. I was just like, okay, what do my kicks look like? Okay, I want
Shit. That's all I worried about.
Yeah, you kind of got to start with the kicks when you're going to coordinate.
Started.
You start with the kicks or the hat, or add the kicks and the hat, right? Like, bro, if you had some, I remember I went through an orange phase, right? And it would be like, if it had any kind of orange lining or piping or something, like, boom, we're in there. I went through a purple phase, like, but also because like I used to do all the polos under the sun, you know what I mean?
Come on now.
You'll find all the colors, you know what I mean? It didn't matter if it was Lacoste or Polo or fucking Izod or fucking, come on, man. I just do graphic tees now. I dress like I'm a 6-year-old now. Just like graphic tees. And like Peacock is like making my dreams come true because we can like make our own
Shout
shirts.
out to Peacock.
Man, my closet's basically that now.
We can make our own shirts now and just wear our own shit. I fucking love it.
Yeah. Pretty soon, I'm gonna have my whole fantasy team on a shirt.
You ain't lying. Like I'm about to rock the shit out of that Christian McCaffrey shirt. But in a reverse jinx aspect. Because if he dies, then it's like at least I'm wearing the shirt, and I did it. And I have all the Jordan Masons.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, as a Niner fan, I pretty much I've settled on that we might not go.
Yeah, you might not make the playoffs this
Yeah,
season.
exactly. And this is like the best mindset to be in, because then if we happen to win the division, it's going to be in a thriller, and it's going to come down to the end. Because no way fucking Arizona's winning that goddamn division.
No,
Yeah, fuck them. It's the Rams or us. I swear to God, fuck them.
I agree with them.
You know what's neat though is that at least you guys are solid enough to where you're not gonna make any organizational shifts. Like you're gonna keep your coaching
Continuity.
staff. You're gonna keep your fucking GM. You're gonna keep your quarterback. You're gonna keep all your youngsters like Ayuk. He just signed a contract. He'll be back next year. Debo, I don't know what his situation. You guys might move off of Debo, but
I think Debo
is he guaranteed for one more year?
Debo, he has one more year on the contract, if I remember correctly. But he's a restructure
You got a Kittle that probably wants to retire, a 49er. It does
for sure, and he's
deserves
another
it.
restructure waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna make room. We're gonna make room to pay the Brock.
Right.
Yeah,
And everybody wants to help that situation.
Yeah, he doesn't, and I don't think he deserves
He's not going to get no 50. 58, 59.
I
It's
think like
probably like a
55.
53 to 55.
Yeah,
Whatever
Let's give him
Tua got.
53. And he'll be happy as a motherfucker.
Hell
You know
yeah,
what? He'll probably even buy his roommate that he lives with. He'll probably buy
The roommate.
a townhouse he's living in.
He's
You know
got a
what?
roommate. You damn straight.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, roommate? I'll buy this townhouse for you.
Hey, Bogey, is that true that he could get $65 million with the cap if the cap does go up? Is that legit?
I mean, yeah, it's true, but no, it's not realistic. Is the
No,
question.
exactly.
Is
That's
it
what I think.
realistic?
I didn't think
No.
no. Not with the team that you got.
Hey
I mean,
man, if he gets us
hard
to the
pay.
Super, if we win this division and we get in the playoffs, make a deep run, get to the Super Bowl, and even if we lose again, he's gonna get 65 million. It's not gonna happen though. And like the conversation and how grateful this kid is, that conversation is gonna be real easy. You know what I mean? And we're gonna give you by 53. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, we got KJ chiming in about 10 minutes ago. I think it's about time we get to him.
My bad, KJ.
He wants to know if Thielen off of waivers is a good move just in case he's traded, and even though he's not good, he has.
Yeah, this is how you do it. You drop your kicker, pick up Thielen, and if Thielen gets traded, cool. If he doesn't, then you drop Thielen, pick up a kicker.
That's a classic. That's a classic veteran fantasy move, is getting your kicker off the squad and
the team
playing
defense.
the Sunday night, Monday night kickers, whichever one's available. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and and to answer the question, it's a great speculative ad. Maybe the Cardinals, just to have maybe who else is interesting here? Even the likes of Washington. You know what I mean? I could see just because depth is needed on these teams, right? Like who's really behind Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown, right? Like so that would be interesting. And I know there's a correlation there with coaching. I can't put my finger on it right now. Pause. Yeah, but I really think Thielen is just. I think it's nothing. I think he doesn't get traded, to be honest.
Kind of. His next question was about Khalil Herbert and if he's going to be fantasy relevant, and it's almost the same thing. It's like we gotta bet on it. Major injury to Chase Brown in order for Khalil Herbert to be a
I don't even think he's in fringe flex territory either. You know what I mean?
He's not. Yeah, he's not a split back. He's a breather back.
Carrier.
And we're not getting drives out of Khalil Herbert. We're gonna get a couple, maybe a first down or two, but it's not going from goal line to goal line. Like Chase Brown is going to get like 80% of the work. And that's what that's kind of what we want, because if you were on Chase Brown during your draft, you got him hella cheap and you were waiting for this moment, and now it's here. So all the Chase Brown owners, shout out to you guys. We're reaping the benefit now.
And we told y'all from the jump street,
championship teams. Yeah,
Chase Brown.
Like Chase Brown, the timeshare backs and getting the right one, and in the Zach Moss, Chase Brown situation, and going with the younger guy who can be a lot more explosive than Zach Moss. Zach Moss was Zach
Moss is a plotter.
He's a non-fumbling guy, So that's why he had the advantage. Is like, okay, we can trust this guy to hold on to the ball. Chase Brown, I think he fumbled a bit early on his career, but now he's just
and he fumbled
doing things
too. But here's the thing: Chase Brown can pass pro, and Khalil Herbert can't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't worry about it as much. But if anything, in fantasy, God forbid anything happen to Chase Brown, Khalil Herbert's in play here. You know what I mean? He'll get all of it.
Yeah, it's true.
And we've seen him get all of it before. Pause. When David Montgomery went down years ago. Pause. In Chicago, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had a nice little 5-game stretch there where he was the full work, the 20 touches, and he definitely needed 20 touches to do something. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about with Chase Brown too. That's one thing, is Chase Brown is quite explosive, but his efficiency is not really there. So I like that we're getting all the volume, and if someone that has Chase Brown is worried about Khalil Herbert going there and fucking it up, swoop in and try to trade Chase Brown off that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Peacock said, my father-in-law was in the Vietnam War. He went to see some little fortune teller, and she told him never go swimming in deep water. That was like 60 years ago, and he never goes on boats.
That stuff does have an effect on people. My mom, I just found out like a few weeks ago when my daughter was here and they come visit, and my mom was like, okay, when I was she had me when she was young, so I was probably like 1 or 2, and then she goes into one of those tarot card palm reader, whatever the fucks, right? And they said, you're gonna die when you're 40 in a car accident. And she's 56 years old now, so that obviously wasn't true. But to this day, in my whole life, if she was not driving, she was one of those passengers that would be kind of shouting out what's happening and uncomfortable in the whole ride, because she's got this tarot card reader, the palm reader, in her mental going,
it makes
you're gonna die, and she's like, now I understand. She never fucking told me this. I'm damn near 38 years old now, and I find out that's why you're paranoid in the car. I'm like, well, I guess, but
not to get all super philosophical and shroomy, because I'm not shrooming right now, but it's kind of crazy because we're, it's the only thing that we all share in common besides the same 24 hours in a day, is it's inevitable that we all will go one day. And if I had someone tell me how I was going to go, I'd kill that person. They'd be like, yo, don't fucking tell me.
I know, why am I paying you money to tell me how I'm going to die?
I'll murk that motherfucker right there. Did the cars tell you you were going to die when you told me that shit?
It's got enough paranoia in real life. Now I got this fucking storyteller telling me some bullshit.
It's it's funny. Listen, this is a bad joke, but when you were telling the story, I was thinking, oh shit, I was gonna cut it and be like, so is that why she's just riding horseback for the last 15 years?
Oh,
she's like, no more vehicles.
She got an executive car. She
nice.
she riding nice.
She's riding clean.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom Dukes. Shout out to Mom Kidder. You feel me?
Got Hanson in the building.
What's
He
up,
said, full PPR 14 team league. Which side do you like more? Chase, Cook, K-Dot, and I have Kelsey or Jefferson in Montgomery.
It's Cook. Chase Cook, Kelsey Moore.
This is a hard one to understand. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'll take
Chase, James Cook, Cade Otton, or Jefferson and Montgomery. Oh, okay. I like the 3. I want the I want the package of 3.
with Monty.
No, with Chase.
Oh,
I want
the
the
3
Chase.
running. Oh yeah, with the 2 running backs there. Okay.
No, Cade Otton. So it's
I thought
it's
it was
Chase,
Chase Cook. My bad.
Cook,
No,
and
Chase Cook.
Otton, and then we got
Yeah,
Jefferson.
it's the 2 running backs.
Montgomery.
Yeah.
He says he has Kelsey, but I'm going with the
I'm scared.
the
Jefferson.
trend. The trend is Otton is the guy out in Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is fighting for the playoffs, and they ain't gonna quit in your playoff league. You know, like
Damn,
when you get to the nitty gritty of weeks 15 through 17, Tampa Bay is gonna be fighting. And,
Tampa Bay reminds me of like the 2 years ago
and
Lions. where
Kelsey
they're in
might
every
not be
game
fighting
losing.
because right now we got an undefeated Chiefs team, and they might lock up that number 1 seed early, and that's when you sit Kelsey if you're the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
they,
I know Wiley got hurt. I don't know to what extent, but they got Noah Gray who could come in and play a whole game, and you don't even have to fucking have Kelsey on the field.
That's true.
no, it's not.
Connor
That's why I
Lawrence
got
says,
Noah Gray.
you
I've
say
got Noah Gray in
Kelsey's
some
the goat.
spots.
Don't you sit Kelsey? Keeps.
He-
I need
that's-
you to stretch run.
I
shout
thought
out
about
to
this.
Connor,
I
man.
thought about this weeks ago. I was like, you know what?
My
I'm
bad,
gonna
JD,
get
go
Noah
ahead.
Gray then.
No. Hey, shout out to Connor. Carter pulled up on us, man. He said, what we doing with Tolbert, Dow, Lamb, Dak, and Ferg now?
I think we're gonna see a poor man's version of Cade Otton with if and when there's no CeeDee Lamb when we're looking at Ferguson. Right? Look at what happened with Cade Otton. You get the 2 main dudes lays out. Boom, Cade Otton's the guy over there, but he's a tight end. I think that's how it'll be with Ferguson for the duration of the time with no CeeDee Lamb and no Dak. Obviously, like Cooper Rush gonna lean on the tight end, and I think it'll be Jalen Brooks who actually comes in and plays the wannabe CeeDee Lamb role. I'm saying it, the rookie Jalen Brooks, but doesn't mean we go out and start Jalen Brooks. The beneficiary of this whole situation over Tolbert to me is Ferguson. Fergie's son.
Yeah. You know the tight end though, like that's a Dak move. You know, I don't know how much Cooper Rush is.
You know what? You're right. It is a Dak move. He does favor the tight end. I mean, we have 7 of his 8 years in his career to prove that we're the second most targeted is the tight end. And in year 9 right now, Ferguson is definitely the second most targeted on the team. I'm still gonna go there.
It's a frustrating team. I wouldn't really bother with this team in general. Like I'm not going out of my way to be like, I need to get these Cowboys.
For real, because there is no Dak though.
The one Cowboy that might have a good solid floor and is Dowdle. Like.
Yeah. And here's one thing I do want to point out is I brought this up earlier in 5 starts for Cooper Rush. You know what I'm saying? He averaged 26 pass attempts those games. They did have Zeke those years for the record, and Zeke was still like a load carrying motherfucker. But 26 pass attempts and a 58% completion rating. That's the league average is usually about 64. So, it's not the greatest. And that's why I think he'll go to the tight end. He's going to lean on close to the vest. You feel me?
Yeah. I'm just tempering my my expectations on what to honestly start somebody from the Cowboys with confidence. I just don't have it. If Ferguson,
oh no, they're playing the Eagles too. They're gonna
Ferguson is probably my number 2. Dowdle is my number 1, and then everybody else, I'm not touching them until.
And Eagles is my number 1 streaming defense this week.
Yeah,
because they're playing the Cowboys.
Yeah, that would be and they got a lot of hitters. They can get the interceptions and the sacks. So that's a pretty good. That's a decent play.
Yeah, and I mean, who's on a bye week this week? The Raiders, Seahawks. So there's some pieces here that people are going to need to be replacing, right? Like
Cleveland and Green Bay also.
yeah, okay. Oh, so we got some players here that we're going to be missing at receiver. So Tolbert might be in play for someone streaming. Just temporary expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a low volume passing attack. And
But see, here's the thing though, it could be a high volume passing attack because they're going to be playing from behind so fucking goddamn much.
you have to get downs.
Fuck, bro.
You got to get first downs, bro. I don't know if they're going to get too
You ain't lying, no. Damn. Oh, that's going to be so bad.
Hey, shout out to all our Cowboys fans. You all are the best. All of our Cowboy fans are actually the best people. So I feel your pain. Look at my hat. You know, I'm a former Chargers fan, so my entire life has been this situation. I know what it's like being a fan of a team in rough times. Yeah, this is a rough time for the Cowboys fans. When it was so promising, you know, because every year this is our year, right? No,
Every year.
no, not this time.
Fucking A. Peacock said if the Texans can survive Detroit without major injury, they can get the Cowboys, Titans, and Jaguars after that before the bye and get some rest. That's right.
Yeah. These two teams were my fantasy darlings. I thought the Texans and the Detroit Lions were the two teams that we should target for fantasy value. It sucks that the Texans have gotten the injury bug, and so far so good with the Lions. We've had some hiccups with Jameson Williams, but other than that, like Sam Laporta, I don't think we were expecting him to repeat dominance, but he's been a useful piece. He's had his moments. And then the running game, Goff, the defense. Lions is a nice team to target if you're looking for replacement pieces. If you can get their auxiliary pieces, if you want to call them that, like the third string wide receiver, whoever it is at this moment, probably going to get a little bit of work. The Texans, they're slowly going to get healthy again, and we're going to get our Nico back, and Mixon has been tearing it up. CJ Stroud, he needs to have an offensive line.
I know. Come on, Texas, trade for a lineman.
I think as Peacock pointed out, like 3 weeks ago, fix the left guard, and then we've got the ability to get some time for CJ Stroud to make reads and not feel this pressure and get sacked and like right off the snap.
I got something for you. You ready for this? This is a not so fun fact. This is a Bogey classic. The not so fun facts. CJ Stroud was one of the most pressured QBs last year. This year, that pressure rate is higher. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's not good.
A half a second, second for development in a route is a huge amount of time. So
that might hurt our Nico, man.
If the offense is waiting for routes to develop and you don't get the time to let them develop, then as a quarterback, it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do. But if they can protect him, just give him an extra half second, full second would be great. Allow the routes to develop, because we want routes down the field for the Texans because their running game is solid. We can run the ball. We could be successful on first, second, and third down running the ball, but we need to open up the passing game, and then that's going to take some time. We don't need to just force the ball on a screen or some like little quick slant or quick out or all these little bullshit like short routes. Let's get the field stretched out, and they have the receivers that can win matchups. The Texans can go somewhere. They just need to figure out the line situation, like Peacock's been saying for the last 3 weeks. Take Green out, put somebody else in.
Yeah, and Green's dead. The Jets killed him.
That's great. Fine.
Yeah, he's on the IR now. They killed him.
That's fucking news that the Texans had all year.
We celebrated it. We actually did the celebrate drop and everything. It was like because he's been fucking it up for the whole team.
So we're gonna see a better Texans.
Is that what fantasy's made us now?
Yeah, we're.
It just turned me into a monster.
We're not diabolical.
Let's celebrate his demise.
He's getting paid still. He's not missing paychecks, so his livelihood is not taking a hit. It's just he's not getting any playing time. Right?
Yeah.
Still professional. Comes with the gig.
Yeah, that's it's one of those ones. Offensive line is very key. The trenches, all the best teams, they start from the trenches and work outwards. You know what I mean?
That's how Detroit Lions.
Yep.
The
49ers for a while there.
Even the Commanders to an extent. They're owning the line of scrimmage and allowing their rookie quarterback to make some plays.
He's out there dealing.
Yeah, we like Jaden Daniels. This is a nice looking young quarterback.
Hell yeah! Shout out to him for real, because like his legs are just an addition, bro. The motherfucker can actually shred.
Yeah, his efficiency was super high. We weren't seeing a lot of passing attempts, but when they got hurt, they got such a good line that they could run the ball successfully. They get the hard fought 4 or 5 yard, 6 yard carries and occasional 10+ yard run. The quarterback doesn't need to throw the ball 45 times. It's not like he couldn't do it though, and still be efficient. He's putting the ball on the number, and nobody expected the Commanders to be where they are at this moment. I think the
100%. I thought their offense was going to be super legit for fantasy because they would be so bad as a team playing from behind all the time. You know what I mean? Boy, was I wrong. But the fantasy aspect, we're still on par there. I just didn't think it would come in this fashion. You know what I mean? Pause.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting, kind of like how the Texans were last year. We weren't expecting them to have that great record and get into the playoffs the way they did, and. Commanders are competing with one of the best teams in the NFC right now, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're built to win now, and the Commanders were, they were a rebuild mode, and they're sitting there.
Dan Quinn got the pedigree.
Yeah, they're sitting there looking nice.
Dan Quinn don't play. You know what I mean? He's been a Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. Won a Super Bowl as a DC, lost a Super Bowl as a head coach, been a repeat offender as far as the playoff appearances as a head coach for the Falcons. And then he brought in Cliff Kingsbury, who obviously had Kyler Murray for a hell of years, and he brings him as his OC. And damn, they're just it's all the pieces were there. You know what I mean? Like even going back to our offseason content, we're like, because of Cliff Kingsbury there is why we should be heavily interested in a Jaden Daniels being a value in year one, even in redraft. You know what I mean? Like, because most people, there's people there drafting up Caleb Williams LI. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't with that in redraft because the weaponry made a case though. He did have going into the year DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Odunze and Komet. That looks crazy on paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
it's
do.
frustrating
Yeah.
though, bro. Like, I think before the game started, I was like, I like all these guys. I just don't know if it's going to be Odunze this week, DJ Moore this week, Keenan Allen this week.
And then it's Komet.
Well, the last week,
And Komet and Swift.
Odunze. It was Odunze's week this last
All of a
week.
sudden,
So-
oh, Odunze, this son of a bitch.
So I'm like, it's a tough situation, but that bodes well if you have Caleb. You're like, oh, okay, he's got a squad around him, he's got weapons, he's gonna take what's given, and it's hard. It was surprising that they only scored 9 points. I was expecting them to have a much better game than that, but it is what it is. Football is a hard sport, and it is a week-to-week thing. Any given Sunday, any team in the NFL can beat another one. So it's not I guess what? Do we really expect the worst team in the NFL? Who's the worst team in the NFL? Could they beat the Chiefs?
There's 7, 2, and 9 teams right now.
Do we think that the New England Patriots could actually beat the Chiefs?
Never.
Nah, probably not.
Hold on. Is this like Madden? Where like we have like the Tom Brady Patriots?
Uh-oh.
No,
Okay.
no. You don't get to legacy this.
No. Okay. The legacy here.
They got legends. Oh, my mama.
Yeah, no then.
Shout out to Drake May, man. Another rookie quarterback doing his work and making a statement by showing out and
He's the white.
and not being afraid.
Is he the poor man's, homeless man's, white man's Jaden Daniels?
Uh-oh.
He had damn near 100 yards rushing this last week.
And he had 45 the week before.
He-
Before he got El Concustoed. You know what I mean?
that was
He's
always
a running
that was always a thing about him in North Carolina. He was definitely capable of taking off, but in the NFL, he's running at a higher clip than he was in college. It's crazy.
So we're in agreement. He's the poor man's, homeless man's white Jaden Daniels.
I guess. I don't know. Shit. Jaden Daniels was not taken at a high clip. Like, if you got Jaden Daniels, you drafted him reasonably late. And I think Drake May,
was way later.
I guess, redraft, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Because he wasn't even a starter. Drake May might have been undrafted unless it was a super flex for
in
him.
the rookie
He
super
100%
flex.
undrafted.
In a rookie super flex, though, Drake May was right there behind him somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. But still, though, all the skill guys were going before Drake May. Like, it literally went Caleb, JD, and then fucking skill guys, you know.
you had the neighbors, you Odunze and Marvin Garbage.
Hours.
Marvin Garbage.
But,
Marvin
but
Garbage.
it was May. It was May. It was JJ
You just call him
McCarthy.
Garbage Harrison.
Yeah. I'm still
Yeah,
gonna
Garbage
hate.
Marvin.
What did he do this last week? I'm telling you, it's not like I'm not touching that situation. He has a good week and he has a terrible week. He just got off a terrible week. So
He has
maybe start him this next.
only 3 games of over 64 yards.
And last week was terrible. He got like one catch for fucking 14 yards or something.
Are you serious? I don't have any. Oh, I have a Marv share.
It was bad. It was in a 2 PPR league. He got 4 points.
Damn, bro.
It was bad. And then
Garbage Harrison. I mean,
and
Marvin
in that
Garbage,
same
you're right.
format, Caleb didn't even get 10 points. I don't even think he got double digits. They won too. I've been saying it the whole fucking time. It's like Arizona runs the ball really, really well. Why would they ever get off of it? You know, when they're.
I like the hell out of Chicago going into that game. I thought they were in a good bounce back spot here to
I
snap.
thought so too. I thought Chicago should have made that shit competitive, but they didn't. It was
It's Lakeon. Now
it was
making
a rout.
for him.
They couldn't
definitely
stop
taking
the
it
run. that might be something that we might have to focus on is whoever the running backs are going up against Chicago.
Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards is doing his thing, but it's like, yo, what is going on? Like, can't stop the run all of a sudden.
Yeah, they got good edge pieces, but for whatever reason, the interior is probably lacking because we got Connor going up the middle. We got Trey Benson able to go up the middle. And then that one play that DeMarcado got.
And he almost had another big one where he dropped.
It was just a fucking shit show of a play. And he found himself at the right moment, at the right time, or whatever the fuck, and right place at the right time and got that big touchdown. But other than that, DeMarcado was just a breather back. But Connor did a lot of work. Benson got almost 10 carries, did a lot of work with that 10 carries. And
didn't Benson score too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Down there.
I think he had like 8 or 9 carries for 70 yards and a goddamn touchdown.
He had the James Conner role down there in the red zone on that play too. They gave it to him down there in the red zone.
Yeah.
And so that's why I got Benson as my stash.
Yeah,
even fringe flex, because if they want to make a run, because they're number one in the division right now, technically, if they want to make a run, preserving James Conner would be ideal. You know what I mean? And maybe the emergence of, because it's kind of weird. I mean, did James Conner get nicked up or something in that game? Like, how come all of a sudden we did see a good amount of both Benson and DeMarcado? That was fucking annoying.
Well, shit, they might be thinking like how we were saying earlier when you was talking about the motherfucker never makes it to the fantasy playoffs. Now it's time to start spilling his ass.
They got to start preserving him for the next 5 weeks.
100%. Shout out to Chase. Chase said,
"What up, Chase?
Diontae Johnson droppable in a 10-man PPR."
100%. But who you picking up though? That's the thing too, because then I don't just drop people for just like get out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not dropping Diontae Johnson for my bye-week kicker replacement. I'm dropping my kicker,
100%. But also, I'm just trying to consider too, like, fantasy 101. We don't just angry cut or like useless cut because it's Diontae Johnson. I would still want to see. Here's a fun fact. Every snap that Diontae Johnson played, which was very limited, Zay Flowers was not on any of those plays. So, yeah, it's almost like they're like, all right, he's the Zay role real quick. So it kind of, mind you, small sample size. So I'm just saying that's the little takeaway. The snaps that he was on there. Do you remember I pointed this out when it was Amari Cooper first game? Every snap that he played that. Yeah, Keon Coleman wasn't on the field. Then the next week they had them together. So it's worth holding on to. So I don't just drop Diontae Johnson unless there's something like worth picking up.
And the Ravens and Steelers are battling for that fucking division. So I think this is going to be a division that is fought for till the end. And the fact that Diontae Johnson is learning a system, it's only going to get better. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but do I feel like, since it's a 10 team, that's why I have no quarrels with dropping him either. Because when is he ever going to get in your lineup? You know what I mean? It sucks that he went to that spot and not like Tampa, which would have been far-fetched because they're in the same division coming from Carolina. But that would have been ideal for me. You know what I mean? Otherwise, when he went to the fucking Ravens, I was like, all right, fuck it. There goes Diontae Johnson. You know what I mean? Like, when are we ever really even – we're barely getting comfortable starting Zay Flowers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like Zay.
Me too. He's showing up.
100%.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't know Zay.
Move the space cheap view.
Yeah, because the Ravens are they got Derrick Henry. He just opens it up for everybody. Like, so we're getting mad efficiency and we're actually getting decent pass attempts out of Lamar because their fucking secondary sucks. You gotta fucking score points like fast, so you're not playing from behind.
Aaron Jones or CMC this week?
Aaron Jones has Jacksonville. I don't know what was going on there with them, like bringing in like Cam Akers as much as they did last week. I just play CMC, bro.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, you've been holding on to him this long. It's that time.
Hey, Aaron Jones, so it doesn't piss you off. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Just trade Aaron Jones so you don't see him on your bench if he scores more. If you have CMC, you just play the unicorn. He's a fucking unicorn. The only white fucking running back and is the best in the game.
Because we're watching Alvin Kamara have the best season for a running back right now, currently at this moment.
It's the old head year.
But why? Because he's the guy that is the safety valve, the security blanket, the guy that is, okay, if there's nothing available because we ain't got shit, then we're just gonna throw it to him.
Can we try focal point?
That's a CMC fucking play right
He's
there.
The focal point.
We get the 7-8 fucking receptions, and then the 15 to 20 carries, and then the chance of the touchdown and a big play. You know, they're both capable of busting big plays and getting touchdowns. Those are the guys that.
And fuck Aaron Jones.
We're talking about PPR, especially. If you're playing a PPR.
My bad.
I'm not on that. I like Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is a nice play so far.
Yeah,
good for you to draft Aaron Jones at the price that you got him.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
But I'm starting CMC.
Fire him up.
Yeah, come back to a CMC.
Yeah, we don't even know if that's a thing yet, though. So I would say build your roster.
Everybody in Niner country
able to start Aaron Jones.
Everybody in Niner country that matters. That's covering Niner country. It's all signs pointing to he's coming back. So
okay,
yeah. Because remember, even before the bye week last week, I was talking about like, listen, man, maybe week 11 is more realistic. That they'll activate him and then get him another week of I think he's coming back this week. Fuck that. Let's go. German ingenuity. He went to Germany to get the good drugs. I'm a doctor.
I got you.
Shout out. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hit it up.
Come on now. Oh, everything.
I am a doctor, and in today's medicine in America, they can only give you so much, right? But Germany, on the other hand, you can get it all. And in this case, whatever treatment that he was getting, they weren't going to give him as much as he can get out here in the good old US of A. So he went out to Germany, bro, and they juiced him up good, like a BMW or an Audi even. Let's go. I'm a doctor.
Oh.
I'm a fucking German ingenuity. I'm a fucking doctor.
Talk about it. Now what?
What?
Oh, mama.
Give me that drop one more time. Okay.
Oh, Brad.
Let them know. I went to Harvard. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm a doctor.
Ella.
I'm about to go to next time I'm in the lab, I'm gonna lay lyrics down to that joint.
Oh, my mama.
You know, did you guys actually rock with that show at all? Like,
it was before my time. I remember watching it like reruns and shit, but yeah,
it was definitely syndicated when we were kids.
Yeah,
it was
I was very aware of Doogie Howser.
Oh, Doogie Howser. Yeah, I used to watch. That was my era.
Yeah,
everything.
I watched myself some seasons of Doogie Howser. Hell yeah,
everything. That was my era.
That kid was fucking amazing, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. We got Chase got another question for us. Cook me up a trade to make. Just need room. Quarterback is Josh Allen. You got James Conner, Hamador, Hank Bigsby, ETN, Uncle Rico. And we got you better call Tyrone. Then he says we got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jettis, Drizzy Drake, BTJR, Waddle, Deontay. And then his tight ends is Njoku, Kincaid, maybe Brees in a 2-for-1.
So you're trying to get Brees.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would try to do that too. He has a lot of good options here.
So maybe to get Brees, he's going to have to give up a running back. Out of the 2 running backs, or out of the running backs that he has, Connor, Ramondre, Bigsby, and ET and Dallas Tracy, are you sending one of those running backs back?
It'd be, I would.
It'd be Tracy, because that would be like the likely deal that you could probably get without. You know, Tracy's young,
he's looking to do it.
And he's hyped up, and he's doing a lot of good things.
He's looking to do for 2-for-1, right? To make some room. So yeah,
He's
I'm going to
top heavy. Yeah.
So what we do, Tracy?
I'm thinking if you can get rid of Waddle, get rid of Waddle. So what I would try,
maybe Tracy and Stevenson to get Tracy and Stevenson, Tracy and Waddle.
No, I don't want to give up 2 running backs.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to give up. I want to give up the dead weight Waddle, and then
okay, I like
him as high. You know, like, oh, he's gonna have his weeks. Tyreek hasn't done anything either. You know, sell it high. You know, have conversations with your trade partners. You know, don't just send them an offer and not communicate and build up an actual.
But he's on the right path though, because he doesn't want to drop no one. Obviously, to make room, he wants to make room by doing it.
So I would rather try and get rid of ETN and Tank.
There it is.
I would love to keep Connor. I would love to keep Rahamador. I would love to keep Uncle and TT.
And Waddle might be on the up and up. I ain't gonna lie, he scored a tug. Let's go.
But if you're gonna acquire a piece as valuable as Brees Hall, I'm just saying.
As illustrious. Can we go with illustrious?
Facts. That's a great word to describe him.
As illustrious as Brees Hall.
Because he was a top 5 pick in a lot of redraft single QBs. We're talking Brees Hall and the first 5 picks easy.
Facts. Yeah, you're going to have to cough up something to get him. That's for sure. Yeah. But he do got a lot of ammunition. That's the thing, though. He also has 2 tight ends. You know what I mean? It depends on what depends on the team that he's trying to deal with. If they might be weak at tight end. So you might be able to offer one of them tight ends in the package too. Pause.
I just love the fact that he's got a QB1 in Allen.
Talk about it.
He's got JJ WR1 with Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's another WR1. And then whatever you want to put in RB2, usually RB2 is trash. Who fucking cares? Flex is more important than RB2. But you've got Connor, Ramondre, and Tracy and Dowdle. So if you get RB2 and Brees Hall and you're able to, or actually he would be your RB1, we move him up to RB1. Connor would be your number 2, and then you would be able to flex a goddamn Brian Thomas Jr., Ramondre, Tracy. Those are nice pieces. But to me, if I'm a Brees Hall owner, I'm not giving him up without receiving something like if I'm hurting for receivers and I'm still on the Waddle is because he's the 7th highest paid wide receiver in the league, and it's a high scoring offense.
He's getting them.
Like then I would sell him because he's not doing anything for me right now. Like he's kind of a wash player on my squad with that type of ammunition. And if I have to sacrifice Brian Thomas Jr., if like say he counters with Brian Thomas, so I give up Brian Thomas and Tracy for Brees Hall, I'm not mad at that. But but my first instincts is to throw Waddle into the trade with Tracy, and because the Giants are the Giants. I know this is fantasy, but They might do stupid shit and fucking add Singletary to the mix a little bit more often. I hope not, but they still got Singletary. He's getting healthier. They're paying him. They're losing games. Singletary gets more involvement. Tracy's value goes down. It seems like a reasonable, because right now the Jets, at least early on in the season, we thought Braylon Allen might be a thing, but as the season has gone by, Braylon Allen has kind of like got back to the backup role. He's not
I know I pinpointed it because I remember when they fired Saleh and they removed Nathaniel Hackett from play calling. Then, because Nathaniel Hackett, he was Matt LaFleur's guy when we would see a ton of Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. He was a two-back guy. It's, like whether it was a 60-40 or a 70-30, nonetheless, he used two backs. Once they removed the play calling duties from him, I remember saying they're going to go to all Brees now. And that's what it's been since the last.
That's what it should be, because
that's what it's supposed to be.
He's good.
Hackett. Dumbass.
He's a goddamn good running back.
You can't hack it.
You can't hack it.
You can't hack it.
But yeah, if you can avoid selling Brian Thomas, then yeah. But I think you're gonna have to probably.
I'm okay selling high on a Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Brian Thomas or a Waddle and a Tracy for a Brees Hall, I'm all about it. I would do something like that. Yeah.
Hey,
you're keeping Amon-Ra. Don't fall for the trap, because the Brees Hall owner might be like, oh, I gotta have Amon-Ra, and if it comes to that, if the conversation escalates to Amon-Ra, you're keeping your high end wide receiver.
Yeah, I kind of like Amon-Ra's schedule the rest of the way, right? Did we were looking at it earlier, or the Lions schedule?
Yeah, there was the Buffalo game, and then
there was the Niner game,
and then there's the risk of them winning out and not having to play their guys.
I don't play like that though.
Yeah.
I don't play scared. I guess the only team we really got to worry about like that is the Lions and the Chiefs, right? Like if they continue to just absolutely run away with it, then I might change my tune. But for now, I'm okay. Like the Lions, they absolutely shoot it out all the time. You know what I mean? They just what they do.
I guess the case is that the Vikings had those 2 losses in a row, and it would just kind of like put them a bit behind of the Lions.
If the Vikings would have dropped one to the Colts, it would have been over for the rest of that division. I mean, so the Vikings, obviously, they still gonna make a run at it, bro. Like, and they have a lower place. A lower place. That's not even a word. I was thinking uppercase.
That's the last game too. Is the
they have a weak schedule.
So if it does come down to it, it could be a nice situation for the Lions if they need to beat the Vikings, because that's the last game of the year.
Is it the week 18?
I think so.
Nice. I know week 17 we're gonna have Vikings, Green Bay, and man, I hate it when I have my Jefferson in the championship against motherfucking Jair Alexander, because he fucked me a couple years ago. Pause. Yeah, bro, you shut him out in the championship. I mean, it was not a Manning. I think his name was like John Mannion or something like that. You remember that?
Oh yeah,
it
trash.
Kirk Cousins had COVID. All of a sudden, they're out in the cold.
Oh, Zach Moss is on the IR now.
Yeah, that's why the Khalil Herbert thing made sense.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get this phone call.
He is out for a minimum of 4 weeks with a neck injury. That's pretty serious.
The neck, boy. That's that Peyton Manning neck.
Peyton Manning. That's probably my highlight of my fantasy career is owning the Peyton Manning share during his Denver Broncos fucking nasty 50 touchdown, 5,000 yard year, whatever the fuck it was. That shit was so bad.
Julius Thomas, Eric Deckard, was Demarius Thomas. Who else?
It was all Manning. That's what it was. Yeah, like Manning was making everybody fantasy relevant. Like I don't know how many touchdowns it was, but I felt like he had at least 2 touchdowns. Most of the time it was like 3, and sometimes you get that 5 touchdown and the 300 yards, and it was just a wild year.
Facts. You ain't lying, bro. The only other quarterback that I had, I didn't have Peyton that year, but I had the 2014 Andrew Luck who carried me.
Okay, yeah.
But I had to play against OBJ that year, and OBJ single-handedly wiped me out in that ship.
Yeah. My ex-wife, she used to play fantasy football. I had got her into some leagues, and she was willing to play, and that was one of the players that she ended up drafting was OBJ, and so I was following him, and that guy was, yeah. During those times, OBJ was definitely a WR1. He had some crazy games, actually stretches of crazy games. Just like every week getting all the work. It's similar to what we're getting out of Justin Jefferson, I feel like, even. That's how good OBJ was at one point.
He's trying to decide between calzone or steak sandwich. I said, no. I said steak sandwich.
You know what? Those are fun because they're very different. They're not alike at all. You're like, oh.
Yeah, because she's like, well, because my girl, she's picking up a swing shift today. So she's like, oh, I'm going to buy some lunch for me. Well, she's like, I'm at the Woo Wop. I said, ooh, give me this. Because at this place called Nuggets, a fucking like an uppity ass grocery store.
Yep.
Yeah, them fucking sandwich there go crazy. And they got this joint called the Stallone, right? It's the Stallone is roast beef with bacon and caramelized onions, mayo, chopped jalapenos, and horseradish. But instead of the roast beef, I get it with rabbi and extra rabbi. You know what I mean? So extra meat, pause. Yeah, on a Dutch crunch. And I'm like, just go over there. Fuck the calzone. I'm like, just go over there.
Tino said, just do, best of both worlds. Put the calzone in the fucking steak sandwich.
There it is.
That's probably easier because I was thinking, okay, how am I going to put the steak sandwich in the calzone? Like, that's right. Put it in the sandwich.
No, you'd have to fucking ruin the calzone if you're going to do that way.
Right.
You just
gotta keep the integrity.
You just put an extra fold on the calzone and then drop it into the sandwich.
There it is.
Yeah.
I love calzone bread because I love sandwiches and I love pizza. It's like a pizza sandwich.
Win-win
sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. The meatball subs go hard. I also like those too.
I'm not mad at the meatball sub.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Billy Madison. Before I saw Billy Madison, I didn't care for the meatball sub. Like, you know what?
Yeah, that's a place out here that got fire at. It's called the Meatball Mafia. Oh, my mama.
Ooh, they're good at that.
My mama. They specialize.
They on the
street. Kill for that shit.
They on the streets just like the meatballs.
My mama. We might take you there, big bro, one day. We have to slide.
Yeah, let's go. Where's this at? Is it like Mid-Sac?
It kind of like Midtown.
Midtown? Okay.
On everything by McKinley Park, on the backside of McKinley Park, which is off of Alhambra.
You just gotta let me know when I link up with you to just let me know what colors I can't wear.
Oh no, we good down there. We good down there. It's a nice neighborhood.
Oh, it's a neutral area.
Have you ever heard of the Fabulous 40s?
No.
So the Fabulous 40s is like one of the most prominent neighborhoods just in the city limits. And so it's a lot of older mansions and shit over there. So where the restaurant is, it's on the backside, like kind of going that way. It's kind of like East Sac.
It's kind of nice though.
Yeah, beautiful area.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
You wouldn't be like, well, what is the Sac?
Everything. The name of the deli is called ROXIS, Roxy's Deli. And they're pretty famous here in Sacramento.
And they got the meatball mob. Where's the meatball mob?
They got this big ass pit, so they do a lot of their meats on the pit. They do all the meats right there in front of you. You know what I mean? Had a smoker out there all morning and shit. 100%. Known for their sandwiches, bro, on everything.
Yeah, it was actually shout out to Cuzzo Kev. It was actually him. He was like, bro, you got to go to Midtown. That's where everything's at if you want to eat. 100%.
Midtown, downtown, that motherfucker slap, bro. Oh, it's smacking down there.
Yeah, it really is though. That's what's dope because I'm like, I'm a foodie guy. You know what I mean? But what's funny though is because I'll go. I'm willing to adventure, but if I go somewhere, I just get what I like where I'm at.
Yeah, that's how I test it. That's how if you can't make, because I'm a simple guy, you know what I mean? When it comes to my platters are, the shit that I like is simple. If you can't get make no simple shit fire, then, you know what I mean, 9 times out of 10, I ain't coming back.
I'm with you.
You're gonna like me because I'm always ordering the shit that I don't know, I've never heard of.
This fool will eat some shit he's never ate before every time. I've never had that.
Like if I can't pronounce the fucking food, if I've never heard of that fucking item before, I'm all about it. I'm like, yeah, give me that. I want to try that. Like,
you ever heard of balut?
What?
No, I haven't.
It's the Filipino shit, right? It's eggs. It's an egg. But you pop this motherfucker open, and it's a cooked chicken there, like a chick embryo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then you
got the feathers in it and all that?
Yeah, exactly, all the shit. And you just salt this motherfucker and you just get a fork and you just eat it in its entirety. And like, first of all, the first time I ever tried it, my girl was like, here, try this. We're at the Bay 101 casino because we used to always fall off in there after the club because after 1 o'clock they had the $10.99 prime rib special. So we would be in that motherfucker. But then they had balut there and they would fucking... My girl, she's like, here, try this. And I eat it. I was like, oh, that's fire. What is that? Balut. I start spitting it out.
Oh, wow.
Visually, it's fucking looks crazy, but it's delicious.
It's delicious. Okay. See, if it's delicious, then...
It's fucking delicious.
All right. Like the way that Bake says it, it's funny. It's like, it's basically an abortion in an egg. I'm like,
yes. Just don't look at it.
Hey, big bro. Bake said, what about PayPal or Zelle?
Zelle works. Just throw it in my phone number. If anything, I can even send you the link, Bakes, if anything. But yeah, it's my phone number.
100%.
Yeah,
I'm basically Tim the Tool Man Taylor. I just fixed the dryer. Let's get it, big bro.
Let's go.
Inside the steak, facts. If you can get the steak sandwich inside the calzone, you need to be on Iron Chef.
It's like the new version of the turducken. It's the calzone stuffed the sandwich stuffed calzone. There it is.
Talk about it. And then we got Bryce in the building. He said he traded Hunt for Travis Etienne and still have K9, Reese, Rico, and Madison. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't like it.
I like it because I think Etienne is actually hurt, and if he comes, when he's healthy, he's a star on a team that's going to be in a bunch of negative game scripts. So he has a floor of targets. It's crazy. They had a pick on his behalf last week. You see that? They tried to throw it to him and it ended up in the defender's hands, and then they stopped going to him after that. They're like, "Fuck you." But I like the trade because someone like Hunt definitely has a clock on him. You know what I mean? Like Pacheco, we're expecting Pacheco back practicing going into week 11.
Yeah,
I mean that we expect this.
It's that early, week 11.
Practicing. That's what
Yeah, then that makes me feel better about the trade because I wasn't thinking about Pacheco coming back that soon. I do know that I was prepared to hold on to him in hopes of making it to the playoffs and being able to start Pacheco. But I've liked what I've seen out of Hunt so far. He runs with not necessarily the same violent runner. Like he's not a violent runner like Pacheco is. He's not on that level, but he does go north to south, and you're not losing yards.
Kareem Hunt is only going
He's
north.
so much better than Carson Steele. That was a great move on the Chiefs to.
Yeah, because they know that he can't. Because Kareem Hunt was a do-it-all before.
Yeah.
But they know at this point in his career, north-south is his bag. You know what I mean? That's all they do with him. You know what I mean? Look at in overtime to win the game. They're down there on like the 1 or like the 2 or whatever it was. They're like, all right, here you go, Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Right up the gut. You know what I mean?
Oh my mama. Bake said, "Nah, I was saying I don't have Zelle. That's why I asked if any
PayPal.
so we could send it to him."
You know what though? Check this out. One of the playmakers, you know, I know Spencer. He got the PayPal because me and Spencer were co-commissions in a bunch of joints. He's not a co-commission in Nice Guys, but you know, I mean, I'll just have him shoot it over to Spencer Guru. I'll shoot you the link, Bakes. I appreciate you though, Bakes. Bakes is a man of his word. He was like Monday, and I think he was trying to hit me yesterday. So, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, we're gonna get it done.
100%.
I'm just like Bakes too. I get anxiety. I want to pay my shit because the fantasy gods, they know that you can't get no free ride here. You know what I mean? The fantasy gods, they punish them. They punish the non-payers. The guys that get into the playoffs and it's the homie league. They go, hey bro, I'm in the playoffs. Let me just wait. Get the fuck out of here. Pay because the fantasy guys know. Shout out to Bakes, fierce competitor. He's all in the mix and all the joints. Nice. Oh, I pulled one off in Nice Guys with 1 QB. I needed that.
Let's get it, bro.
Damn, no more trades, huh? How much time do we got left till 1? Just about
an hour and 4 minutes.
Oh no, we only have 4 minutes till the trade.
No, it's at 1 o'clock. At 1.
I thought it was 2 o'clock Central Time.
Yes, so that would be 1. Oh, Central doesn't do the. Central does the time shit. The fucking, what do they call that? Daylight savings.
Yeah, it's 2 hours for the Central, 3 hours for the.
Yeah, so 2 o'clock. It would be 3 o'clock. No,
yeah, we got the Mountain Time, which is like
3 o'clock. My bad. 3 o'clock Central Time, which would be 1 o'clock West Coast time, is the trade deadline. 4 o'clock p.m. East Coast. So we have about an hour and a few minutes here. All right, we need. Hold on. What do my Niners need? Ah, damn! I would have loved if we got Lattimore. That would have been kind of badass.
That would have been nice. Oh, yeah, everything.
For real, Lattimore and Ward. That would have been cool. Or like a pass rush. Okay, for my Niners, we need Harold Landry.
Yeah,
Harold Landry. Get Harold Landry to my fucking Niners somehow, some way.
It's a 4 p.m. Eastern time on the trade deadline. So yeah, we got about an hour.
Yeah, earlier when you said hour and a half, I was all the way off my time because it's funny. I don't, during the football season, I don't even know the date. I just know the dates that are like the Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays and shit. Like, what's today? Yeah, it's my daughter's birthday. She's about to be 17, bro.
Happy birthday.
Right? This is crazy.
She's an OG, bro.
She's there. You know what? I will say she's just as ambitious as her old man was at that age. And at the same time, she has a lot more options because she kept her head straight in the books. You know what I mean? She's keeping her head straight in the books, I should say. And she's playing the guitar now because they offer guitar as an elective. And bro,
she's a new one. I don't think
jamming, bro. I'm like, oh my god, she got it. She got it.
Yeah,
she could sing too. Well, because you know me, I'm an artist, and like, she grew up in the studio. I used to have to take her with me because like, who was gonna watch her, right? Like when she was like 3 years old, 4 years old, she was just boom. Before I was like, okay, but now you're going to daycare. You know what I mean?
That's
even in the studio, I'd be like, I'm going to the studio with my daughter. Don't nobody fucking smoking that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
What that say, bro?
Who is that?
You know who that is? Preston Smith. So they
is that the receiver? from.
No, that's the lineman, man. Better the Steelers.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Steelers got Preston Smith. Okay,
Oh,
my bad. I was thinking of the receiver, Preston
Yeah.
Williams.
Crazy.
Preston Smith, that's a great pickup for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because Green Bay, they don't have a use for him. He's kind of been idle over there. He's in a rotation. So that's great because you need a rotation with Smith, with Highsmith, I mean. Because TJ Watt's never leaving the field and Highsmith never leaves the field, but you definitely need to rotate at pass rush when it comes to Highsmith. You know what I mean? Like, because you know what I mean? He's the guy that gets hurt. He doesn't have the motor. What do they call it? Motor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have the motor like TJ does. You know what I mean? That's pretty big, man. This is an arms race. That's such a Steeler. Like if you know the Steelers, okay, the Mike Williams man, but yeah, that Preston Smith, that's a good one right there. I was trying to remember who the fuck he was. I was like, the receiver that was Preston Williams. You remember?
Remember when they both had Bo Smith? The Zadarius Smith got traded this deadline, and so did Preston Smith.
Yeah, and they're both familiar with that division because they both came from the Ravens. The Ravens, they never had like a standout pass rusher, but they always had a gang of them. You know what I mean? Like, and everyone put in work, but they would all have like 4 or 5 sacks each. It's just there was never one guy. You know what I mean? It was Preston Smith, Matt Judon, Zadarius Smith, fucking. You know what I mean? It was just like there's a few other guys I'm missing out here, but they had. I used to be like, yo, because they would always be at the top of the league in total sacks, but it was just there was never one guy dominating because there was just a gang. You know what I mean? Why couldn't my Niners get Preston Smith?
I don't know. Maybe he's not cheap.
Also, Green Bay and the Niners, you know, because you have LaFleur over there and you have Shanahan, although they're like friends and been groomsmen in each other's weddings and shit, they hate each other. We were trying to get Aaron Rodgers for so long from them, and it was like, fuck you, Shanahan. Then we're like, all right. Then we go and try to get fucking Staffy, and then fucking McVay undercuts us. It's like, fuck you, Shanahan. They all hate him.
Hey, my G's, hit me whenever you want me to shut the stream down. I'm gonna go get ready, man. I gotta.
We could do it right. We could do it right now.
We could do it right now. I'm ready.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get
You know what I'm saying?
my pallet, man.
Yep.
You ain't lying. I'm about to go grub. And hey, man, to everybody watching, man, we appreciate y'all. Always stay locked in. Tune in later tonight for the Guru Power Hour, the Guru Nation Power Hour, that is. And what else we got? The H-Town Huddle tomorrow night. Shout out to our man Gaga Miles Peacock. And then we rinse and repeat with the Week 10 banger on a Thursday. Actually, we got the Bengals Ravens here. For the Playmaker Watch Party. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah.